The New York Giants just traded for Isaiah Simmons, which means I get a fantastic excuse to rebuild my favorite team. And yes, the jokesters, well, why not the Bengals? I am a Giants fan. I admit it was a short-sighted decision to name myself after a tiger. I should have realized back in 2010 when I came up with the name Just Liking Tigers that, oh man, I'm going to be doing NFL content in 6 or 7 years, so I should have realized. But yeah, we're going to rebuild the Giants today. We're going to become a dynasty. Going to win multiple Super Bowls, but going to be a 90-plus overall team. Saquon's going to be a Hall of Famer. Andrew Thomas already is in my heart. Same with Dexter Lawrence. Danny Dimes, best QB of all time. Oh, I can't wait to hop in. It's going to be a good one. And if you're looking for a more in-depth breakdown of the Isaiah Simmons trade and other NFL videos that will be coming to this channel, it's at Big Game Bengal. It's linked in the description. It's linked on my channel. This is going to be my NFL talk channel, more so than this one. So check this out. I've only done 2 Giants videos, but trust me, it's going to be other teams in there as well, so check it out. Link is in the description and also on my channel. It's very easy to find, and that's me if I was the Mona Lisa, in case you were curious. And for those curious why I'm also a Texas Longhorns fan, grew up going to Texas, so much family in Texas that also went to University of Texas. So I grew up a Texas Longhorns fan with no options in New Jersey. And I know Rutgers exists, but my parents didn't go to Rutgers. Nobody I know went to Rutgers. There was no attachment to Rutgers, I can promise you. But first order of business is taking Isaiah Simmons and moving him to linebacker. That's first and foremost. And we'll give him the Giant legend Kenny Galladay's number 19. Man, that looks disgusting. But this is the offense. The starting left guard is going to be interesting. I don't know that it's going to be Joshua Ezeudu. Could be Shane Lemieux. I don't see Ben Bredesen. That is also a real possibility of who it is. Mark Lewinsky's been a disappointment at right guard so far, but you got to be excited about John Michael Schmitz. Hall of Fame type name. Of course, the rookie center from Minnesota. I believe from Illinois. Looks like he could be a pretty decent player. Was probably the best center in the draft. If you wanted a little bit more athletic upside, maybe Joe Tippmann, who the Jets grabbed. But really happy with John Michael Schmitz. They have maybe the best left tackle in the league. Up and coming, and Andrew Thomas. He's right up there. Like, obviously, it's Trent Williams right now, but Andrew Thomas is not far behind. And Evan Neal may be showing signs of life in year 2. We'd love to see it. And I hope he ends up being a stud. Good run blocker, got to develop as a pass blocker. And getting Darren Waller is also huge. Yes, he's 30 years old with just a deep history of injuries, but when healthy, he is a phenomenal receiving option. If he stays healthy, he's going to put up numbers for the Giants as probably their biggest receiving threat. No question, I might actually say. The offense is built with slot receivers. Sterling Shepard, you could throw Paris Campbell in there, maybe more of a deep threat. Darius Slayton's an outside guy, Isaiah Hodgins too, but then Jamison Crowder, Cole Beasley. We can't even see Wan'Dale Robinson on here, who of course dealt with some injuries last year, big injury, torn ACL. He was running routes a couple of days ago, so hopefully he's fine. Daniel Jones should be a superstar X Factor. This is a BS development grade for the young quarterback. And then we have Saquon Barkley, obviously a beast. Giants picked up James Robinson. That could be interesting. And then defensively, Isaiah Simmons now at linebacker. I love Bobby Okereke. I honestly think 81 overall is a bit low. Kayvon Thibodeau at an 80. Azeez Ojulari is really good. He's better than a 76, but he just also can't stay healthy. But Azeez Ojulari is a good player. I think 76 is a little bit disrespectful. And Xavier McKinney at an 80. I feel like they're low on some of these Giants ratings. Of course, Deonte Banks might even be a bit high at 76 for a rookie corner, but I really liked him coming out of Maryland. Amani Oruwariye, Cordell Flott is whatever. Big Play Darnay is not all that great, but the defensive line looks amazing. Purely because they have Dexter Lawrence. Purely because of Dexter Lawrence. Leonard Williams is good. They brought in A'Shawn Robinson, but it's all about Sexy Dexy. Bobby McCain at strong safety might not even make the team. That could be a surprise cut. Dexter Lawrence is a beast, but yeah, I think Jason Pinnock's going to be the starting strong safety. All right, but I've talked enough about the Giants. We're going to set this team up and get things underway. Let's start with training camp, though. Get some extra skill points for some of these guys, and probably Isaiah Simmons. Bobby McCain's really a 77. All right. Maybe he starts for me in... Nah, he's not going to. I'm going to cut him, probably. I do want to say Bobby McCain being rated higher than Azeez Ojulari makes me want to throw up in my mouth. That's what I got for you. Training camp's going to be big. Got to develop Daniel Jones. Getting him up to star development, which you have a chance to do if you get gold in some of these drills. Getting him up to star development could be massive for our team. would actually make him the bona fide #1 starter, no question. Will never need to upgrade. Obviously, in real life, he's got pretty much an untradeable contract. But in-game, we might have to make an upgrade at some point. I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen, but it's certainly possible. 2 reps remaining. I think we're looking pretty good here. Every time I try to throw this, it just doesn't get caught. But some of these reps are just about getting that multiplier up. And then when you complete the pass, you should get gold, which we might do here. And we do. No dev trade upgrade. I've yet to see it happen. I've seen screenshots, but I haven't had it happen to me, which kind of sucks. James Robinson cannot be my fullback. Now, fullbacks are super, I don't want to say underused. They're just not used very much, if you know the difference there and what I'm saying. And James Robinson, not exactly the best blocker. He's just like a goal line back, but you know, he's doing the job in this as Isaiah Simmons makes the tackle on Saquon. It won't end up mattering. We're going to get gold easy. Oh, that's disgusting. That's a disgusting move combo. All right, we're looking at gold. Skill point for Saquon. And receiver battle is going to be big. I have to use Wan'Dale Robinson in this. Getting him star dev would be big. The Giants have so many star dev receivers, but which of these guys is actually going to be in my plans long term? I'm not sure. I'll probably try to trade Sterling Shepard at the midseason mark. He just is not trustworthy for me. Never really been able to stay on the field. Cook to Dory Jackson. This is big 500. Not quite. Not quite. I keep missing that zone. It's the lame way to do it, as I've said in a million rebuilds to this point, even though I've done like 3, is just to do that and then guarantee gold. But it's way more fun to just outside release and just try to burn him down the field. It's just the pass is way tougher to actually get in that zone. But we handle it, and it's easy gold for Wan'Dale. Yes! Finally! Dev trade upgraded for Wan'Dale Robinson. He's up to star dev just like that. Just as I was saying, I think before going into it, never seen a dev trade upgrade for myself. We go out, we get it done. And you know what? We're going to do red zone attack for Isaiah Hodgins. That's my 2 go-to receivers in this. And like, yeah, Darius Slayton maybe as well. But I want to develop Isaiah Hodgins and Wan'Dale Robinson. And then maybe even draft a receiver down the line too. We'll have to see what the draft class looks like. Obviously, that's going to, you know, determine a lot on what I do. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, Adoree Jackson's just getting cooked. Totally lost him, and we're going to lose him again for good measure. He's having a rough time between Wan'Dale cooking him in the last one and now Isaiah Hodgins. He's having a rough time. 22,555 might be about the highest score you can get on that. I think he got the biggest bonus every single route and every single rep. Skill point upgrade for him. And honestly, I think Kayvon's going to develop by himself. Leonard Williams at 29, I hate to say it, but it's just really too old to develop in Madden. So not going to do him. It's going to be Okereke to try and revive that. And then Isaiah Simmons probably for chase and tackle. Because I think Azeez Ojulari is going to develop a bit on his own anyway. Yeah, let's do Okereke. Not really much of a pass rusher, but that's okay. We're just going for the skill point. Hopefully we can just get past John Michael Schmitz. Oh, it's easy. It's easy. Let go of me. Let go of me. Unhand me. Okereke. Let's go. Is that Evan Neal? It is. Get around him, please. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the quarterback here. They're being annoying. We need to amp it up. Let's go. 5 seconds. You don't need to get through everybody, but you get more points for doing it. Get to Daniel Jones! No, we were half a second off. I think I actually figured out the glitch with this. You don't really want to actually do the drill the way it's intended. We kind of got rushed there. Try to get behind him and then cut back for it. I didn't really do it to perfection on that one. It's more like, I did it again, but it's close to that. There it is. And then you have plenty of time to bring down Daniel Jones. Oh my God. Don't be a hero, Daniel. That's unbelievable. But like, it's going to be jab step the other way, right? And then get them off the multiplier. The multiplier is how you ace the drill. It's all about using the left stick and right trigger, I think. Yeah, you don't even want to show off those pass rush moves. And then Daniel Jones, maybe if we dive at him, just completely whiffed. Coming from behind. Nope. Step out of bounds, Daniel. There you go. That'll work. It's all about speed. All right, watch this rep for gold. Perfect. Get away from me. Run by him. It's the quick engage, disengage. There you go. That's it. Get him off that marker, and you're golden. I'm so much better at this when I'm not talking, because I'm not a skilled entertainer. That's all it is. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Quick, get away. Daniel Jones, he's impossible to stop. He breaks the tackle and then shuffles. They always shuffle out of bounds. But we just didn't have enough time there. That's what you want to do. Yeah, now I got it. Okay, Daniel Jones just launched it out of the back of the end zone. I've never seen that before. Oh, that's so funny. I've never seen that. I know you're going to get bugs and glitches and things, but that is actually hilarious. But it's not like registering my tackles half the time. It's kind of frustrating. There it is. That was super easy the second time. I don't know what happened. It was a problem for a second there, but the skill point for Okereke is actually going to be huge for us. An upgrade to Superstar Dev would have been really nice, but it was not to be. But Isaiah Simmons, we need to develop him at linebacker. We're going to just dominate this drill and then upgrade a run stopper and make him a true linebacker. That's the goal of this rebuild. His coverage attributes should already be pretty good. But what? Okay. I had gold with Isaiah Simmons, but now for whatever reason, I just want to try and break my record. I don't want to even have one screw up. Just want to make every tackle. Jesus. Ah! I will say though, without fail, I keep making like one mistake. There it is. I'm just going to get gold. I didn't cut stick in time on the change of direction. I'd love to get like a 20x multiplier, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. Like, we still got gold so easily, but I just wanted to try and get like 100,000 or something. And I think it really would have been super doable if I didn't keep making one or two mistakes. So I think 100,000 is within the realm of possibility. I might throw up a stream at some point just trying to set records on these mini games. Twitch.tv/Bengal if that's something you'd be interested in. Let me know, because I think that could be fun. We got a skill point for Isaiah Simmons. It's nice, but didn't do quite as well as I wanted to. And then who do we do for this? I think Deonte Banks is going to be one. And then I mean, Trey Hawkins is him. This guy's a beast. Old Dominion, like 6th or 7th round pick. I think he was a 6th rounder. And he might be the future of the boundary corner position for the New York Football Giant. It's possible. He's been playing so well in preseason and in camp, apparently. So there's something there. But in this video, I just don't know how I can develop him. He's a 66 normal dev corner. He's just not going to get developed. It's got to be Xavier McKinney and Deonte Banks. I wish it could be Trey Hawkins. I promise you, I really wish it could be. Wow, that's a crazy speed burst. Oh, that's rigged. We got gold anyway. But that's crazy how fast he just got. Or we kind of got out of phase there, but make the play anyway. Xavier McKinney up to Superstar would be a game changer. You can apparently get upgrades to Superstar and X Factor in this as well. It's not just normal to Star, but it's not going to happen here. Actually, you know what? I might have had an upgrade to Star before in one of these, now that I think about it. But it hasn't happened many times. Rookie corner extraordinaire. Deonte Banks off to a terrible start. Played that fairly well, just not well enough. Okay, we're about 1 or 2 plays away. Just some of these are so hard because you'll hold L1 the entire time and they can't do anything, and then they'll break away at the last second and boom, it's a touchdown and you get a huge detractor. And this is going to be a big play. Thank God Isaiah Hodgins dropped the ball, but I still don't think we're going to be able to get gold here. So this is a challenging one. It really is. We're going to get gold though. Okay, we're looking really good here. That actually just is gold. Haven't made a real mistake yet, but I don't know. You kind of just have to get lucky with this one. Because sometimes you can cover it well and they just get open. Or you cover it too well and then they run not the route and get open anyway. I don't know that we're guaranteed gold here. If we allow just straight touchdowns, I think we lose it. I don't know. How many points do you need? 8,000? No, we're good. We're good. A little bit dangerous, though. A little bit scary. But that guarantees it, surely. An upgrade to superstar would have been nice. I'm pretty sure Deonte Banks is going to have star dev. I think he's hidden, right? If it's hidden, it's star. I think there are only 2, maybe 3 superstar rookies in the game. It might be JSN, Bryce Young, Bijan Robinson. I would have given it to Will Anderson Jr. as well, but Madden says no, and maybe they'll be right. We'll see. Veteran wide receiver wants to help improve the team. Wide receiver mentorship. Please be a receiver I actually want to develop. Isaiah Hodgins. Okay, that counts. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to trade Sterling Shepard at the trade deadline probably. But for now, if you want to help Isaiah Hodgins get better, I shouldn't have done short routes. That's fine. That's fine, though. +2 release, +2 short route running. I'll take that. And training camp standout. Please also be another player I want to develop. Who's playing well? Be Trey Hawkins. Or Azeez Ojulari. Okay. Let's just do play rec. That's fine. +5 play rec's not bad. That's an overall booster. Also, I really like Eric Gray. I didn't talk about him up to this point, but I'm a big Eric Gray guy. And it wouldn't shock me to see him get more carries than anybody else besides Saquon Barkley on this team. And I also didn't talk about Jalen Hyatt, but he has the potential to be one of the premier deep threats in the entire NFL. Yes, we want to get him on the field as well. Just, there's so many receivers at this moment. It's going to be tough to do that in Madden as a rookie. In real life, obvious position for him. Deep threat, get him the ball down the field, take a shot or two a game, right? But here, I don't know how we can do that. I'm going to have to cut my guy Colin Johnson. Hook him, but we can't play all of these guys. We have so many receivers. Cole Beasley might end up playing. I don't want to cut him for that reason. We'll cut Jamison Crowder. We just have so many whatever receivers. I hate to say it. Deonte Banks' zone upgrade gives him +3 to awareness and play rec. It's an interesting one. I'd prefer if his coverage got better. That would be nice. We need Azeez Ojulari to have a big game against Dallas, and he'll probably get a ton of XP and maybe even the opportunity to go up in dev trade as well. So Azeez Ojulari, come out firing. 2+ combined sacks and tackles for loss with Azeez Ojulari, and he'll have a ton of XP. Big upgrades potentially incoming. Jerry Childress, #1 player in the class, is a corner, which I wouldn't be opposed to drafting. Right? It's a possibility. I would consider probably not a tackle, but I maybe. But receiver, maybe even tight end if there was one good enough, but I want to develop Darren Waller. Not quarterback, not running back. And then defensively, interior defensive line, I would still consider edge, just based on what we were looking at with Azeez Ojulari. Kind of underrated. And could also move one into defensive end in the 3-4, right? Maybe linebacker, but not early. And then corner, I still would. And then safety, I would. And there are so many tackles. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 left tackles in a row, followed up by 2 right tackles in a row. This definitely seems like the draft class to need a tackle. Now, the strengths of the region, wide receiver and corner. That's interesting. We could draft both of those positions. I'm not opposed to it. I know he's currently the head coach at Colorado. Doesn't matter. We're going to hire Deion Sanders to be a regional scout for us. I'm sure he'd be jumping at the opportunity to do that. Why be a Power 5 head coach? You'd even call the Pac the Power 5 conference anymore. But why be a Power 5 head coach when you can be an area scout for an NFL team? That's a big upgrade. The cool thing about being an area scout is you get to get less money and travel more. So pretty good if you ask me, to be honest. We won 34-21, 1-0 to start the year, and we beat the Cowboys, which is always nice. That's a great start. Did Azeez Ojulari ball out? Nope. He didn't. We won, though. So, a small victory, at least. Or maybe that's a big victory, and Azeez would have been the small victory. I don't know. Isaiah Simmons' revenge game against the Cardinals. I feel like we're going to lose this game for some reason. The Cardinals are really, really bad. And for some reason, I just feel like we're going to get killed. 38-21. I don't know why I felt like it was going to happen, and it did. Not even a close game. I tell you, Jerry looks pretty good. A-press, A-zone coverage at 6'1", 193. I said 193, weird there. That just immediately looks like a prototypical CB1. Mid-season mark, we're only 3-4. Eagles 5-2, currently leading the division. Cowboys 3-3. Commanders bringing up the rear at 1-6. We're gonna have some players to negotiate contracts with, and this is a little bit disappointing up to this point. Close victory over the Commanders in Week 7. We could still make the playoffs, but it doesn't look fantastic right now. I really expected Jerry Childress to be a man archetype with a man, but nope, only B-man coverage. He is a zone archetype. It's great to elite speed, though. Still could be really good. F injury. I'm seeing a lot of those this year. Some top guys that really seem like they're going to have injury problems. Also, it's interesting that apparently receiver is such a strength of this class. I really haven't been super impressed. Jaleel Johnston looks okay. A medium route running is kind of like his saving grace there. Tyreek Kelly, A catching. I like to see that. Athletically, he's okay. A spectacular catch. Again, I'm intrigued. I think we're going to do our focus scouting on receiver instead of corner. I mean, we pretty much know about all these corners already. Addison Butler from UConn. Rare school to see a top pick from, but Donald Brown jumps to mind. Running back, even going in the first round. That's the Colts, though. And he could be worth drafting, but it's not important, I think, to use focus scouting on corners. We know enough about those guys. Whereas receiver, that's where we're really going to find out a ton of information about, you know, whether these guys are actually worth drafting. Corners, you can tell pretty much right away. Receiver, I need more information. And as for players ready to negotiate new contracts, who's going to be even big in here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Saquon Barkley. Okay. Yeah, he wants to be here, though. And the Giants want to have him. They just don't want to pay him a super large amount of money. That was really the story of the offseason for the Giants, come to think of it. We definitely want him back. What does he want? 25.7 over 3. It gets somewhat expensive, but this is cheaper than what he wanted in real life, and I think cheaper than what the Giants even offered. He's 26 years old, superstar X Factor in the game. I'll sign him for 4 years. I'm in. And Saquon is back. We also have, of course, Isaiah Simmons, Xavier McKinney, Adoree Jackson, Isaiah Hodgins, Harris Campbell, Leonard Williams, Sterling Shepard. Yeah, some trades might be made at this point. Shepard, I can tell you, is going to be on the move. No doubt about it. Maybe even package Paris Campbell in there as well, just to get some opportunities for some guys that are really going to develop for us. Hodgins is a no-brainer re-sign. It's tough. You just see age 26 and only a 78 overall, and you go, okay, maybe you can get to an 80 by 27, but he's going to be 27 at the end of the season. Then maybe an 82, 81 at 28, and then he's going to start to regress. So if we sign Paris Campbell to a contract here in Madden, it's super unlikely he'll ever even see 84 overall. So, gotta plan other arrangements. Sterling Shepard, a 4 and a 5 this year, gets me a second-round pick from the Rams. The Rams are not being very good right now. I don't know why I phrased it like they're a little kid not behaving and I need to put them in timeout. But, yeah, they need to go down for their nap. Something's not right in LA, and maybe Sterling Shepard improves them. I don't really care. I just want their second-round pick because it should be pretty good. And trading not only Sterling Shepard, but hopefully here Paris Campbell coming up, will give us the opportunity to work in some younger receivers, like Isaiah Hodgins, obviously, but Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, and even Darius Slayton should get more opportunities. I want Hyatt to play, but right now there's just not a clear path to playing time for him in Madden. It's a tough thing to deal with. Ooh, interesting offer from the Rams. If I trade Paris Campbell, Amani Oruwariye, and a second-round pick next year, I can get Sterling Shepard? Wow. I don't know if I can accept that right now, but I'll think about it. Paris Campbell, Amani Oruwariye, and a 5th gets me a second-round pick back from the Vikings. Was negotiating for Ezra Cleveland. We just couldn't make it work with the salary cap, so couple big receivers traded here for us, but as I've said earlier, it's going to create more opportunities for other receivers on the roster, like Wan'Dale Robinson, like Isaiah Hodgins, obviously, Jalen Hyatt, Darius Slayton. That's our core 4 right now. Now, of those 4, who has the actual legit superstar potential? In the game, it's tough to say. It's really tough to say. But yeah, receiver's still going to be in the mix for us in the draft. Like, we're not going to let Darius Slayton, who's good, but what's his ceiling in Madden in this rebuild? Maybe an 82, 83 overall? We're not going to let him being on the team stop us from drafting a receiver that might be a 77 overall already at like 21 years old. His contract keeps him in New York until the end of 2024. And of course, when I say New York, I mean East Rutherford, New Jersey, where it says New Jersey native. I do know the Giants play in New Jersey. I know that's going to seem obvious for a lot of you guys watching the video, and I was like, you know, half joking. But you'd be surprised how many people just don't even know that. It continues to boggle my mind. But there are a lot of those instances, like the Commanders don't play in Washington, D.C. The 49ers don't play in San Francisco. They play in Santa Clara. Commanders, of course, play in Landover. There are a bunch of different examples. I'm not going to go through all of them. I know the Bills are in Orchard Park, which I think is far from downtown Buffalo, but it's not in it. Patriots play in Foxborough and not Boston, I think most people would expect. Where is Trey Hawkins? I've been playing him at slot corner, which is not his role, but I want to get him some reps, especially if we're not going to be super good this season. I know I'm such a nerd, but it is kind of fun to talk about the geography of some of these different sports teams. I know I haven't advertised my Gene Dangus GeoGuessr channel in a while, because I haven't really been playing it enough, but man, that's like one of my secret hidden talents that most of you probably have no idea about. Okay, I will rip one round of GeoGuessr. I know nobody cares. This is going to last 10 seconds, I promise you. 10 seconds, no moving, panning, or zooming. One round. And this actually is super bizarre. I'd say this looks like probably coastal Argentina. Can I get a plonk in here? Yeah, that's actually quite a good guess, near Mar del Plata. So anyway, as I said, that's basically like my secret talent on this game. Or in life, I guess. That was an extremely good guess, though. So, like, it happened to be for the video. It would have been really awkward if I went somewhere super far away. But it's happened. If you're interested in seeing full gameplays and breakdowns of each round, check out my GeoGuessr channel. It's also linked on my channel. It's called Gene Dangus. And you can be as good as me. Maybe. And I'm not like a professional or anything. But, I'm all right. All right, I'm going to bring back Isaiah Simmons. We definitely want him back. It's a little bit more expensive than I would want already. He's not a scheme fit right now, apparently, which I can get behind, to be honest, but they don't recognize how he's actually going to be used. We're going to try and bring him back. It gets a little expensive, but he should end up being pretty good. I wish we could convince him. I think he's from the Kansas City area. I think he's from Kansas, even though he went to Clemson. So he shouldn't really want to play in a warm weather state. You're from Kansas. It gets pretty cold there at times. But I guess he chose to go to school in South Carolina, so maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. Xavier McKinney back? Yes. Welcome back. Adoree Jackson for 3 years sounds perfect for me. We'll bring up the money a little bit just to make sure he re-signs. Adoree Jackson is back. Isaiah Hodgins, I talked about. We need him. He's receiver 1 right now. And he should just continue to get better. And he is back for 5. Leonard Williams on a 2-year deal actually works out fairly well for me. Now, I might end up drafting his replacement, but it at least gives us, a player to be competitive in front of him for a minute. Ben Bredesen, we might let walk. I just think we can do better in the draft than some of these guys. We'll have a better chance at hitting a dev trait and just a higher overall and a younger player. Just doesn't really make a ton of sense to extend them. All right. Graham Gano going to test free agency. I'm not going to pay a kicker $4 million. They're cheaper in free agency. I know Graham Gano is great. In Madden, it surely doesn't matter very much to have a 77 overall kicker versus an 80. Little breakout DB challenge as we sweep the season series with the Cowboys. 2-0. And Jason Pinnock is like, hey, coach, I'm the guy. Well, if he got star dev, I don't even know. I don't think it changes anything. This tight end looks amazing. He passes the name check, too. DeMarco Baptiste? Are you joking? Hall of Famer. Now, F injury is certainly scary, but A, catching traffic, A, deep route running. Physically, he looks unbelievable. Round 1 to 2 projection, and I know we have Darren Waller and Daniel Bellinger, but DeMarco Baptiste looks sick. Justin Boss, great to elite speed. A man coverage, B zone coverage. The talent at the back end of the first round of this rebuild looks incredible. Now, Dalvin Teague, boy does he suck. Moses McCain, power rusher, C block shed, whatever. Oh, Texas, hook him. B finesse move, good athlete. Probably will have really good power moves. These guys might not end up being as good as I kind of think they might be, but I'm thinking they might end up being really good right now. That was a bit of a... I wish I could have phrased that differently, but I can't go back in time. What, am I going to edit the video more? What, are you joking? You know, it's interesting. Jermichael Church is a run-stop archetype with bad tackling and A finesse moves and elite athleticism. I don't know what he's going to end up looking like. But this, at least to me, appears to be a very good draft class, as I mentioned. We don't really need a linebacker. But, I mean, down the board, some of these players just, I think, warrant taking a shot on. And if we were to move to a 4-3, you know, we are going to need another off-ball linebacker. So, it wouldn't be the worst thing to at least consider it. Maybe get a bit more depth at linebacker as well. Would not be the worst thing. I was really hoping Braden Forbes was going to be a good athlete, because the rest looks good. Marquis Mallard. That is an insane name. A mallard is a kind of duck, and Marquis is like a marquee. It's like the front part of a movie theater with the movie names on it that you might see back in the day. I'm sure it exists somewhere too nowadays. Now, the issue with having Daniel Jones, though, is we don't have any money. Just paying Daniel Jones so much money. Not going to re-sign anybody else at the moment for that reason. 4-6, we could make the playoffs. I think, do we have a dev trait challenge? I think we do. Oh, did I not choose focus players? I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I meant to. I just totally forgot I didn't do that. We won 21-19. I screwed up. It's just 3 guys that we're not going to have a higher percentage on. And oh my goodness, Jason Pinnock now has star development and 10,000 XP. I said it wouldn't change anything, and I am still going to stand by that. I'm not sure that it changes anything. Now, the CPU is still going to choose 3 guys to upgrade. Hopefully they chose from my actual favorites list, because I just added my entire draft board together. But we'll see. Jason Pinnock's only 24? Why did I think he was like 27? Okay, it actually may have changed things. Despite what I said, man, his zone coverage is horrendous. But he's a good athlete, at least in real life. 89 speed's not great in the game. He's a very good athlete in real life. I thought he was a little bit older. The fact that he's only 24 makes me a little bit more excited about him as a player. Plus 3 zone coverage going on run support. That's incredible. All right, this is why you go week by week sometimes. Because Jason Pinnock is now a potential long-term viable option at strong safety. It's not amazing, but there's something there now. So unfortunately, we did not make the playoffs. 8-9, which I honestly think is a possibility for the Giants, missing out on the playoffs, that is. They won a lot of one-score games last year, and that isn't always sustainable. We'll see what changes in 2023. They obviously got better, but so does every team pretty much in the offseason. I say pretty much. There are some examples where teams definitely did not get better. But the Giants, I think they're going to be somewhere in between 8 to 11 wins would be my bet. Things change, but that would be my bet right now. But I would love to be wrong. I'd love for it to be like 17-0, potentially. We'll see. Daniel Jones did not have that impressive of a season, because he really ran the offense through Saquon Barkley. 340 attempts for over 1,600 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 5 per carry. Great season for Saquon. Isaiah Hodgins led in both catches and yards, tied for touchdowns with Wan'Dale Robinson, but a decent enough season. We might change up the offense a little bit for better results. And then, well, and we do like to run the ball, so maybe not too much. Okereke and Simmons both go triple digits for tackles. 19 for loss for Dexter Lawrence, 12 for Ojulari, 12 for Leonard Williams, 10 for Ashawn Robinson, 9 for Thibodeau, who had 9 sacks, which led the team. Nobody double digits, 7.5 for Ojulari, 7 for Williams, and 6 for Dexter Lawrence. Not a ton of interceptions, but Trey Hawkins had the tie for the team lead. I played him a lot. I want him to develop. I'm forcing it so badly. I want Trey Hawkins to be sick. But it's, again, long road for him. I'm just not sure it's going to happen in this one. If I change to 4-3, I'm running Bills defense. I mean, Von Miller had 20 plus, Ed Oliver 15. And I'm sure that the other Bills defensive end, it isn't here somewhere, Gregory Rousseau, he had 10.5. Of course he did. Bills have 3 of the first 3 for sacks in the entire AFC East. Falcons and Chargers in the Super Bowl. What an interesting matchup. Trey Hawkins out of nowhere, 3 skill points. Tell me Trey Hawkins won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Please tell me. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year and gets Superstar Dev. He goes to star and then Superstar all in one swift move. That's the Trey Hawkins I know. Okay, we have life. We have absolute life now that Trey Hawkins has Superstar Dev. Now, I am extremely unlikely to draft a corner. We still could. Oh my goodness. There is so much life now. There's so much life. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, he's going to be a true 70 overall. Still young. Coverage is coming along. He's at 70, 71. No, he's at 69, 71. Okay, no, he looks good-ish. If you want a chance at Defensive Rookie of the Year for a corner, put them in the slot. That is your best bet to get interceptions and tackles, and maybe even sacks too on like nickel blitzes or something like that, as the Chargers defeat the Falcons in Super Bowl 58. I would be surprised if that's what happens, but I mean, we'll see. Trey Hawkins, Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's just true. Madden is realistic. We have negative $2.16 million in available salary cap. The reason that that's happened is the new contracts have kicked in. So we've already committed to paying people more money in the next year. And whether it's me or Giants general manager Joe Shane, the fact of the matter is that we are now paying people more money than we actually have. So in order to fix that issue, we can't sign anybody in free agency, by the way, but in order to fix that issue, we can do a couple of things. One, restructure contracts. So Saquon could give us more money now, for example. We would go up to $46.4 million, but $1.58 million will be added to the final 3 years of his contract. I am actually super okay with that. I'm going to restructure Saquon's contract. And now we have salary cap. We are paying him more in 2025, 2026, and 2027, but it's not like so much more. So that's like a no-brainer decision. And now we're actually in the money. 2.61 available. Again, still can't do anything really, but at least we have a little bit of money now. Tony Pollard wants to be a Giant. A smart young man. Rashawn Gary would be sick to have. I don't think I can talk about Rashawn Gary without being like, hey, I would love to see him play defensive end in a 3-4, which is what we have. And Rashawn Gary, I don't know if you knew this, from New Jersey. Oh man, can we get Rashawn Gary somehow? I'll play him at defensive tackle. I know he doesn't play that, but he was like a 3-4 defensive end recruit in high school, coming out of high school, signed with Michigan. We got to get Rashawn Gary. I got to restructure something. I'm going to give Rashawn Gary every last dollar. The storyline of bringing him back to New Jersey is just too strong. I have to. And I don't want Mark Lewinsky anymore. We're going to cut Mark Lewinsky. There's just not really a point to have him. Okay, trading Darius Slayton, a 4th next year, 6th, 7th this year, for a 2nd-round pick, and also Connor Hayward. Now, the reason we got Connor Hayward, we did need a 3rd tight end. That exists. But also, we needed to make it work for money. Now, I could have picked somebody else, but I specifically wanted Connor Hayward because I thought the idea of splitting up a family would be funny. That's an evil-sounding laugh, though. Yeah, brother of Cam Hayward, and there you go. The Steelers think they're so cute. Oh, we're going to get Joey Porter's son. We're going to get Cam Hayward's brother. We're going to get TJ Watt and Derek Watt. No, you're done, is what's going to happen. So Darren Waller's making a ton of money. If we can restructure this, and we want Darren Waller, right? But if we can restructure this, we're going to be in business, because then that opens up about $31.5 million, it says. And we'll owe him a little bit more on the back end of this. Obviously, it's now as expensive as $20 million or thereabouts that final year. But if it lets us get Rashawn Gary now, it'll be worth it. And it doesn't seem like we have the amount of cap room that they said we had. I still cannot afford to even offer Rashawn Gary. We need about 10 mil. I don't know how we're going to do that. Okay, we changed defenses here in the offseason. Still love Wink Martindale, but we were the 18th best defense last year. We're going to Buffalo, and Rashawn Gary doesn't want to play in that either. We probably just can't get Rashawn Gary, is the sad reality. I wish it were not the case, but unfortunately it is. And I apparently can't even make the offer that it says I can make. What can I realistically offer him? Nothing. Oh, there we go. It is not a competitive offer in the least. We just don't have the money. Which, that just has to be it. We can't get Rashawn Gary. That stinks. We need a kicker, though. Graham Ganoa's here. I just want to pay Kaimi Fairbairn. Gonna be cheaper. He's younger. And he wants to be here more. So, Kaimi Fairbairn is going to be the guy. And we signed him. That's the only signing I'm going to make. The rest, we will handle in the draft. I don't know. I want to do more advanced scouting on, like, all of these players. And we just can't. Had to choose 3. Hopefully I made the right decision. I don't really know how I'm going to approach the draft just yet. I could definitely see us trading into the first for another first rounder. The Giants had, what, 3 when they went to get Dexter Lawrence, Daniel Jones, and, Giants legend from Georgia, DeAndre Baker. And they had 2 with Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal. Giants been having a lot of first-round picks recently. Not always a good thing, believe it or not. As much as I might want to, I have to avoid the temptation of drafting an edge rusher. Oh, I meant to do Lamar Williamson. I think I did a different defensive tackle. I forgot about this guy. That was potentially a mistake. Kirk Reed is going to be disgusting. Elite speed and acceleration, finesse moves. I want to draft an edge rusher. I'm fighting it. I want to so badly. Oh no, I did do advanced scouting on Lamar Williamson. He's got B's across the board. It's good. He's a good athlete. We might draft a defensive tackle in this one, which could be a need for us. Again, Leonard Williams is the guy we want to potentially replace. Just because of regression, gonna hit. I gotta draft DeMarco Baptiste, dude. Too good of an athlete. Skills. Also could be good. I know you guys are gonna think I'm so stupid if I draft a tight end. What if we played him at receiver? Wow, could be groundbreaking stuff. It would have been nice to have Tyreek Kelly at 100% just so we knew his true, ranking in the class. Looks to be quite a good athlete. Skills-wise, it doesn't immediately look good because you see D catching traffic. You go, that doesn't look that great. But D catching traffic could be 75 or 70. It's not going to be the worst thing. With A, catching, B, medium route running, A, spectacular catch. Route running to me overall is good enough. There's something here with Tyreek Kelly. Just a question of, when are these guys going to get drafted? I think most of the players that I'm particularly interested in aren't even round 1 guys, but they could potentially sneak in. Bears at number 1. Go with Jason Spikes. Who doesn't want to take a guard at number 1? That's a good use of a number 1 overall pick. Here comes the corner. There he goes. We're going to simulate to number 12. Eliminates the temptation of wanting to draft an edge rusher. And this could be a trade down spot for us, But there is a decent looking edge rusher in here. Elite speed, great strength, A finesse moves, A awareness. If I'm already going to be stupid and potentially draft a tight end, I simply could not draft an edge rusher. What an awful use of funds this is going to be. I'll call it funds. The reason I don't think I'm going to draft Lamar Williamson here is I think I would just prefer Moses McCain in the 20s. It's kind of a close call. McCain is a really good athlete. I think Lamar Williamson's also a good athlete. Very good athlete. Great speed, great strength. Oh man, he's so good. Moses McCain is also great speed, great strength. Skills, he's a better power rusher and a worse block shedder. That's it. Do you prefer the guy that's going to be a little bit better as a pass rusher and a little bit worse as a run defender, or just super fine at everything? I don't know. It really is a close call. Moses McCain did go to Texas. Oh, what's that? A Texas hoodie? They're both 22. You really could go either way. The Jets will give us a 3rd this year, a 5th and a 7th next year, and number 21 for number 12. I'm going to accept that. We pick up a 3rd round pick and still probably can draft exactly who we would have drafted at number 12. I think that first defensive tackle is going to go off the board. There goes Gabe Connell from A&M. I think the other defensive tackle should remain, and the tight end should be available also. Jaleel Johnston is there. Safety that I thought looked pretty good, but we're not going to draft. Corner that I thought looked pretty good. So the defensive tackle is still available. Did the other tight end go off the board? Wow. Probably for the best, because we didn't really need him, but he looked sick, and I just wanted to draft an amazing player. That's probably for the best, though. Jaleel Johnston also looks good. It really is a tough call to know who to draft at all in this one, which I hate. I like when it's clear, easy, because all of these guys have different things that you can like. I think I prefer Tyreek Kelly. I think I would. Hey, we're going to draft Moses McCain. It's a strong name. Moses? Parting the sea of offensive linemen. Very good physically. The skills appear to be there as well. His A power moves, B finesse moves. I'm in. Welcome to the Giants. Normal development, Moses McCain. 91 strength, 77 speed, 81 acceleration. Those look good, but obviously normal development is not what you want. There goes Justin Boss, who I definitely like the look of. He goes at number 24. Bears take the safety I liked, but again, not going to draft because of Jason Pinnock. Certainly not going to draft him now. He's been drafted. Be very impressive if I found a way to get in position to draft a player who has already been taken off the board. There goes a running back. I'm considering a trade up at this point for the receiver, Tyreek, but he still is available, and I'm not going to trade with the Eagles, so I might as well simulate this pick. Take a center, because they don't have enough offensive linemen in Philadelphia. Sure, definitely not enough centers. Cam Jurgens, Jason Kelsey, Landon Dickerson, potential center, but I know plays guard now, and he's good. We have 4 second-round picks, 2 thirds. I would definitely trade a 2 and a 3 to move up, but this is not going to go through. It's 49 and 85 for 30. It is close, but it's not quite there. What if I kept number 85 and added 44? I'd love to hold on to 38. And honestly, 85 and 38 might not even get accepted. I would still make this trade, though. Oh, it does get accepted. That's fine. That's fine, because the receiver here we're going to draft, probably who we would have drafted at number 6 if he got there anyway. So now we have round 2, pick 12 after this one. The benefit of picking at the back end of the first round instead of the top of the second is you get the 5th-year option for players. A couple good offensive linemen, but I think Tyreek Kelly's the pick here. Got amazing catching. There's another tight end. It's just not going to hit the same. Addison Butler's good. I don't really need a corner, but I would consider drafting him. And then after that, there's actually not a whole lot here. Marquis Mallard, I got up to 95%. Looks good. Marquis Mallard is going to be a second-round pick for us if he's still available. B block should A pursuit, A tackle, B zone coverage, elite speed, elite change of direction. I mean, I can't even find a flaw. D to F injury, if you were playing the games, would really, really, really suck, probably. I'm excited for Falcons franchise. Inevitably, there's going to be a good player with a high injury or low injury grade, high risk of injury, and I'm going to draft them, and they're going to hurt my heart every single time in game. We're going to go to Ole Miss here. It's the new wide receiver U. Think about all the Ole Miss receivers. DeMarcus Lodge, Laquan Treadwell. I think that's about it. No, obviously DK Metcalf, AJ Brown. There are some good ones, and Tyreek Kelly could be the next one up. I like the look of him. A catching, A spectacular catch. Route running is good enough. D catching traffic is bad, but I think the rest is good enough that he's going to be good. Another normal development guy. Why do you have normal development? Why am I saying development so quickly? My mouth is just, it's not letting me slow it down the way I would like. He looks like a sick athlete. He has normal dev. I mean, it's unbelievable. 2 for 2 now. Round 2, pick 12. Pick again in 5 picks. I thought this draft class was so stacked, and I've ended up with 2 normal dev players. Addison Butler's still available. That just might be a case of too good to pass on. I do want Marquis Mallard, though. I would be so disappointed if we took the corner and then the linebacker went off the board. And we do have another linebacker we like down the board. The problem with this linebacker, if I recall, is 1, we don't know a ton about him, and 2, he doesn't look to be the best athlete. Skills are okay. He's got good speed overall. I mean, ran 4.49 at his pro day. That's electric. But the actual ratings on the side don't look good there, and he's got poor acceleration, which concerns me. If we're drafting a linebacker, it's the marquee player, Marquis Mallard. All right, we're going to take the corner, and then we're going to trade up just to guarantee we get who we want, probably. I do have this tackle scouted, but I think we're going to avoid that. Keep who we have at guard. Addison Butler. Very good athlete overall. Ran 4.29 at his pro day. A press, B tackle, B zone, B man. This has got to be a hidden dev player. Finally. Looks like an insane athlete. This was the UConn corner I was talking about earlier. Yeah, he looks sick. It is a 2nd round pick this year. A 5th and a 6th next year. To trade up just a few spots to guarantee we get Marquis Mallard. Because Marquis Mallard, first of all, I can't even say that name seriously. It just sounds so ridiculous. But he seems like he's going to be amazing. And I'm going to convince myself of that. So we are going to go down our board here. And some good players still available. Who are you? Kendall Hardwick, I clearly liked. A pursuit, A tackle, B zone coverage. Also elite speed. Elite change of direction. Oh, he also looks sick. Are we going to double dip on linebackers? It's possible. We're going Marquis Mallard here from Oklahoma. He looks very, very good. Also elite speed, elite change of direction. Hopefully he's worth it. Welcome to the Giants. Hidden development, 87 speed, 88 acceleration. Looks just very good across the board. We'll have to see when the ratings come out, though. Round 2, pick 23. Where do we want to go with this one? This tight end looks good. He really does. Matthew Orchard from South Carolina. 6'3", 261. Ran really well. Elite agility at that size for a tight end is insane. A catching traffic, A catching, A spectacular catch, A awareness. Why would I not just draft him? We don't really need tight end, and he doesn't look generational the way the other one looked like he could have been. But it's either him or Jermichael Church if we want to double dip on interior defensive linemen. Got A, finesse moves. His tackling's terrible, but he's got elite speed and elite acceleration. He's purely a rush defensive tackle. A, finesse moves, B, hit power, B, awareness. He might be available down the board. It's possible. We don't really need him as much now. We could use him in a year, though. I'm going to draft Matthew Orchard. Very good third tight end. I know that seems insane, but it's back end of round 2. He's got hidden dev, 83 speed, 85 acceleration. 91 agility just doesn't even make sense for 6'3", 261 as a tight end. Doesn't even make sense. I'm not complaining. That's sick. He just might end up being amazing. A really nice possession tight end. Might end up playing him over Daniel Bellinger. We'll have to see. But this next pick is going to be really telling. It's going to be one of the defensive tackle or the linebacker. And this is our last pick of the draft because we've moved around so much. But I would not be opposed to trading up depending on who's available after this selection. If the two guys I want, the linebacker and the defensive tackle, are both available, I would have done it. Linebackers off the board. I don't really like Drew Presley as much. It's going to be Jermichael Church. And we don't need the other linebacker. It would have been a vanity pick. So if I had to choose between the two who I would want to draft more, it would be Jermichael Church. And he's also got hidden dev. Now we're on a run, and he looks sick. 86 strength, 86 acceleration, and 80 speed. 80 speed's nuts. Draft recap. Let's see how we did. Show me some high overalls, even with the low dev traits. Okay, very interesting. Moses McCain's a 74. Tyree Kelly's a 75. Addison Butler is a 78 with hidden. Marquis Mallard is a 75 with hidden. Matthew Orchard is a 74 overall with hidden. And then Jermichael Church is a 70 overall with hidden. I'm curious to see the players that we didn't draft, how good they actually were. So we actually got the second highest rated player in the class. The class just wasn't amazing. Jerry Childress is sick. He's an 81 overall with 97 speed. Oh my goodness. Addison Butler is the next best thing. Then the guard was actually very good. The corner that I talked about was very good. Now the edge rushers were actually not anything particularly special. Marquis Mallard seems to be a great value pick. Now DeMarco Baptiste was a 74. He went at number 14 overall. And normal dev. Oh my goodness, did we dodge a bullet with that one. But he does look like a really, really good athlete. Lamar Williamson was a 74. Honestly, considering the actual talent in this draft, I think we've done very, very well. Now, Lamar Williamson has every trait. This was the defensive tackle that we ignored. He went, I think, in the top 20, it said. And he has star dev. We've done well. And I will say, the difference between star dev and normal is actually not super significant. Now, the difference between normal and superstar, I do think is massive. Having star dev is obviously better than having normal, but it's not the worst if you have normal, because you can get those guys up to star. And Orchard actually can start at fullback for us too. That's nice. So we have more depth at receiver now than we did coming into that offseason, but we only really need 4, right? We only really need 4 in Madden. Hyatt is just going to be buried on the depth chart, but Madden doesn't really involve a 4th receiver, and we're in a run-heavy offense anyway, so he just is not going to factor. And then we have to move this defense to be set up for a 4-3 now. And it's just going to play better in simulation. That's the reason. I know some people who are new to these rebuilds and haven't seen them before. 3-4 defenses are just worse in simulation. There are some that can be quite good, but for the purposes of this video, nothing really changes. It's just guys in better positions to make plays so the team can be more successful in simulation. That's all it is. I've had a long look at this team, and I've decided something very sad. Something sad. It's that Jason Pinnock cannot be the starting strong safety. I wish it weren't true. The corner we drafted happens to be 205 pounds. And he happens to hit pretty hard. Got 62 tackle, 74 hit power. He is going to move to strong safety. Pinnock is going to be great depth. Oh my goodness. Such great depth. And then that will let Trey Hawkins, who has superstar development, see the field a little bit more. So, had to be done. Addison Butler, by the way, is a scheme fit, which is quite nice. Tyreek Kelly going to start in the slot for us. I've made some interesting moves. You got to remember, I got the second highest overall player in the entire class in Addison Butler. And I did so in what? Was he a second round pick that I drafted at the very end of the first? I think it was a second round pick, right? We have good depth at defensive tackle. When Leonard Williams is done, guess what? We have Moses McCain / Jermichael Church. We have Moses and Church. We're going to bring the power of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, onto this defense. We're going to make some plays. Doesn't quite fit with New Jersey. I don't know. Sometimes I hear people say that I do have a New Jersey accent. Other times they say I don't. I don't know. Personally, I don't really think I have much of an accent. I think it's mainly just like American, like standardized American. I recognize there's some words that I say that kind of paint me back to my northeastern roots. But I've lived in Texas now for a little while, and I have changed the way I've said certain words. Like in the New Jersey area, like Florida and orange would be said as Florida and orange. And I've changed the way I say those words to eliminate my accent because I am an insane person. I got tired of being made fun of because Florida. All right, so I've just changed it. I just say it differently now. Oh, Odell? Dane Belton surely is not wearing 13. No, he's wearing 24. Did they just randomly change numbers? They've given Eli Manning's number to Jashawn Corbin? What are we doing? This is insane. There he is. He's got an upgrade. Nice. Daniel Jones, 27 years old now. It's going to be super annoying having him at quarterback in a Madden rebuild. I can just tell you it is. He's never really going to be that good. And that sucks. It's just, I don't know what we're going to do about that. We're going to hopefully just be good enough regardless. But it's not what we want. All right, very close to gold here. Let's go deep down the field. Oh, man. How do we only get one there? We need to drill this throw. Target on this side. I don't know if that's good enough. We didn't catch it, so no. We might need a double target hit here in order to get it. We got it! And the catch! And the gold. That was big. Getting Tyreek Kelly star development actually could be huge. We might get him Rookie of the Year anyway. Although we're in such a run-heavy offense that I guess it's really not a given. Oh, we stacked Adoree Jackson and he made the play anyway. That's a joke. That's a joke. Whatever. Oh, man. Daniel Jones is not even accurate in these drills. Killing me. Also, number 0 looks insane. I think Paris Campbell is wearing that in real life this year. And that's not 500? Okay. Still probably going to get gold, but not a great set of reps here. Oh, we got gold. Okay, cool. I'm using Darren Waller for this one just because he's older. It's really tough to get him skill points. So we might as well take a free one when we can, you know? I feel like that's kind of a no-brainer. And Wan'Dale's going to develop anyway. Isaiah Hodgins, I don't really think we need to. Wow, that didn't count. So I think Darren Waller is just like the natural choice. Again, these are not out of bounds. What am I seeing here? How are these all out of bounds? That one wasn't, obviously, but I don't know how the others weren't. All right, Isaiah Simmons now in this drill. Could be interesting. I talked about this at the start. I'm probably just not going to show all these. Oh, we stay in bounds. That's lucky. Get the bonus. Simmons is interesting in this, though. I don't know what's happening. We're just going to make a mad dash at the QB to have any chance here. Get around him. We had to sacrifice some bonus, but I think we stay in the quest for gold. Having the classic issue in this drill, if I get to Daniel Jones, not even particularly difficult to do so, and then Daniel Jones will not go down. He shakes off every type of tackle, whether it's the conservative wrap-up, whether it's the dive, whether it's a hit stick low, whether it's a hit stick high. He does not get tackled. That's the first time I've done it in like 10 attempts. So I don't know what I did differently, but clearly something happened. There we go. Took me long enough. All right, I got gold with 31 seconds to go. This could be my shot. Nope. As soon as I start talking, I will never not miss. It's incredible, actually. Ooh, dev trait increase for Bobby Okereke. That could be significant. Too easy with superstar Trey Hawkins. Take a shot over the top, Daniel Jones. Doesn't even want to throw it. Trey Hawkins would have took it away. That was a good call. Be safe. Ooh, this is how I find out Xavier McKinney's been upgraded to superstar. I like that. Do we go a different direction? I think let's do a Dory Jackson, actually. The way to do this, by the way, is not to hit L1 early. It's hit L1 when the ball's in the air, and then press X to go for the deflection or the interception. I've been using L1 too early in the past. It's when you're close, you get a little bit of an extra boost, and of course, I don't get it now. We currently are rocking 2 UNC guards, which if you watch that UNC offensive line play, not what we want. But this is the team right now. And we're all right. Could be better. I like the superstar dev for Okereke and Xavier McKinney. I'd love for one of these rookies to have superstar as well. They probably will just all have star. But oh, man, would I love for that to be not the case. Kayvon Thibodeau can't stand out. We're going to go power and finesse moves. I think we get +3 to both. We do. +5 to block shed would have been nice. That was the alternative. But I think we've made the right choice. Getting Kayvon Thibodeau as a camp standout feels unfair because he's already so established. I'm not complaining, though. It should take him up to, like, superstar status. And he probably has a good chance to get the game goal as well just because he's better. And now that we're in Buffalo defense, he really should rack up some sacks here. So I like our chances of actually getting this done. Well, we lost to the Lions in week 1, so I don't actually love our chances of getting the upgrade here for Kayvon Thibodeau, but he could have had a great game. It is possible. And he did. We balled out. And I don't know that he's going up to superstar dev here, but he's certainly getting an XP bonus. Surely, right? So big week for Kayvon. He gets 10,000 XP. If he has a big game in the next week, I think that is when he could actually go up to superstar development. But 10,000 XP is still nice, whether we get superstar dev or not. But of course, yes, superstar dev is a game changer. 3+ combined sacks and tackles for loss, though, is going to be extremely difficult. 2 is already a lot. 3 is really pushing it. It's possible still. This playbook is definitely unbelievable, but it's going to be tough. And we are 0-2. Not ideal. Did Kayvon Thibodeau get superstar dev, though? That's the big question. The answer is no. He did not. It's to be expected. We're 2-4. We have the number 26 defense in points per game, yet we've have a top 10 defense in yards allowed per game. I don't get how that works. Our offensive passing yards per game is dead last, and that maybe is part of the reason. We got to switch up this offense. I'll tell you that. Our defense is ranked number 2 overall. Offense is 24th overall. That's got to change. 1 snap away with Addison Butler from knowing his dev trait, by the way. Azeez Ojulari is a free agent. So is Jason Pinnock, who's good depth. I'm all about it. Jamie Gillen, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Evan Neal, we're going to pick up those options. But Ojulari is the big one here. I'd like to bring back Pinnock. Ojulari is fairly decent value. And he's like, it's a great deal. I'm just not ready. That's like you propose to somebody and they're like, I think you're the one, but not now. Why? Just say yes. Just do it. Panthers, Bills. Our defense is great. We finished top 10. The big issue is that our offense was simply non-existent. I think a switch to Carolina playbook could do us well. It would still keep the running back super involved. Think Christian McCaffrey, even though he doesn't play there anymore, obviously. I mean, Saquon rushed for over 2,000 yards and 16 touchdowns. This should be MVP type stuff. but I just don't think he's going to win MVP, just because I don't know that they're going to give it to a running back. He did win running back of the year and NFL rushing yards leader. Of course, he rushed for over 2,000. Shout out Adrian Peterson. Not quite as many yards as Adrian Peterson had. I think he was 2097. Very close to that if he didn't get it. It was so close. But Saquon at 2018. Receiving, Wan'Dale Robinson at 8 touchdowns. These are just such pedestrian numbers because we don't throw the ball. Kayvon Thibodeau put up 16.5 sacks. Lawrence had 9.5, 7.5 for Ojulari. Interceptions, 4 for X, 3 for Trey Hawkins. Okay, 2 for Adoree Jackson. Trey Hawkins is going to continue to develop if he's playing like this. He's going to continue to develop quickly. It's only a 73 overall, but man, he's got to be an 80 soon. I don't know that's going to happen, but he needs to be. Thibodeau with 3 skill points. Did he win Defensive Player of the Year? Surely he did if he has 3 skill points, right? Defensive Lineman of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and they list it twice. Did get Superstar Dev, though, and Kayvon Thibodeau has officially arrived. 89 speed. That's a lot. And the Bills crush the Panthers 41-0. Maybe we don't go playoffs or Panthers playbook. All right. Wow. Okay, so there's a sick defensive end at the top of the board here. A, finesse moves and tackle. B, block shed and awareness, maybe. Looks to be a very solid athlete as well. Yeah, he looks sick. And then there's a sick receiver. Oh, we might just draft a receiver even though we drafted one last year. Normal dev, though, so we might take a shot. Oh, there's another top 5 receiver here. A, catching. B, deep route running. C, release. C, catching traffic. Not as good of an athlete. He's got good attributes, though. I just think the other one might be better. They are close. Orchard only has star dev. Show me some gold here on defense. Xavier McKinney up to superstar X Factor. That's big. Mallard has star. Church has star. Butler has star. That's to be expected. Kayvon Thibodeau's option getting picked up, of course. And Evan Neal as well. And then for Azeez Ojulari, he wanted to re-sign, but was hesitant for actually no reason. We're going to give him a 4-year extension to stay in New York, New Jersey, whatever. And he is back. Jamie Gillen, the Scottish Hammer. You know what? Yeah. Give me Jamie Gillen back. Welcome back. Gotta keep the hammer in Giants blue. Aaron Robinson, we just don't need. Wyatt Teller is going to be big. Close to home, Virginia for New Jersey. Hey, Wyatt, you want the feel of Virginia? How about northern New Jersey? Insane. I'll tell you, it's not a whole lot like Virginia. But we're going to bring Wyatt Teller. If he wants to be a Giant and play close to home, I'm not going to stop him. We need an upgraded guard desperately. And he didn't sign? North Carolina makes more sense if you're looking for the Virginia experience. Think about the Mason-Dixon line. If they fought under Robert E. Lee, it's probably not going to feel a lot like New Jersey. I'll tell you that. I can't believe Wyatt Teller shut us down. So we're just going to look a different direction. And that direction is not free agency. See what happens in the draft. See, look at this guy. Round 2 to 3 projection. Round 1 talent. And just has C's and D's for catching. That's unbelievable. Can't go wrong with C's. D's are pretty good too. Oh, he's got A, spectacular catch, medium route running, spin move, break tackle, ball carrier vision, F, injury. What an interesting player. NFL draft time, we pick at number 16 overall, which I don't want to be doing. This top receiver looks really good. I'm sure the Commanders are going to take him at number 1 just to really annoy me. Now, he's also top 5 talent. No shock there. He's a better athlete than the other receiver. I think, yeah, he's the best receiver in the class. Okay, they go with a defensive end, Emmanuel Gaither, who is sick. And they don't have enough defensive ends anyway. Chase Young, Montez Sweat. They could do with Emmanuel Gaither there. The Vikings want so much for this pick, I simply can't do it. As fun as it would be, I can't do it. And they take a quarterback. Okay, well, maybe number 3 is easier to trade for. I doubt it significantly, but maybe a little bit. It actually is way easier to trade for. Let me give you my first round receiver from a year ago, and then we can get this done. I know, why would you trade him so soon? He's got normal dev. This receiver is not going to have normal dev. Let me add a 3rd round pick. Actually, let me do a 3rd round pick next year. Because I might trade up a lot in this draft. There are 2 guards that I think that look pretty good. So a future 3 and a future 4 in 2026. We can add 2027 picks as well. And I think we're going to have to. I'll give you a 2027 3rd. This is a massive package for number 3. And they still won't accept it. What about a 7th to push you over the top? Now you want to accept it? I thought so. Unbelievable. Brandon Dickerson. A, catching traffic. C, catching. C, deep route running. All good. A, release. And then elite athleticism overall, in my opinion, on top of being a great overall route runner. Welcome to the Giants. Please have better than normal. I literally guaranteed that he wouldn't have normal. Well, whatever. That is something else. He's definitely going to be really good. We know he's a top 5 talent in the entire class. I liked him better than the other receiver. I stand by that. We got unlucky with the dev trait. That's all there is to it. The guards that I liked are off the board because, of course, they are. We're trading a 2 and a 3 to pretty much end our draft here for another Cardinal. We got Clements. I think he does have a bowling ball head, which is like +5 to strength or something like that. And he's going to start at one of the guard spots for us. Probably right guard. Azudu still at left. So McKeithen is out of there. Brandon Dickerson is a 78. But unfortunately, as you saw, normal dev. Was he the best receiver in the class? He wasn't even. Dominic Mills is a 79. We wouldn't have had to trade up quite as high to get him. And he is also quite good. Now, the big bonus with him, of course, is that he doesn't have normal development trait. In fact, not only does he not have normal, I bet it's way better than star. I don't know what just happened. Oh, it is star. Okay, I'm just wrong. These draft classes have been underwhelming. That's for sure. Our second Isaiah from the Cardinals. Clements, I hope, is going to be pretty good. Now, here is the thing, though, with drafting that receiver that we did, is Dickerson is the same overall as the receiver we traded away, and maybe a year younger now. So, that's nice. Adoree Jackson's starting to regress a little bit. That's still okay. They keep moving Trey Hawkins down the depth chart. It's not going to happen. And honestly, with the playbook we've been running, it really has not maximized Daniel Jones' development, obviously. So, he has now the opportunity to get upgraded a ton this season. We'll have to see. If he gets to star dev, I'm going to say, maybe there's a chance. But it could be tough. We might, unfortunately, have to look for other options at quarterback, which I don't want to do. But we might have to. Okay, training camp is over. Did pretty well overall, I would say. Gold on everything except for one. Maybe I got silver and I just gave up. Training camp standout. 0-2 in preseason. This is going to be a good year for us. This is what, year 3? I think we're going into year 3. Azeez Ojulari now. I have to take advantage of the +5 block shed for a guy that doesn't defend the run that well. That's a big time upgrade that we might not have had otherwise over the entire course of his career, to be honest. Had to jump at that opportunity, no question. Azeez Ojulari, 2+ combined sacks, tackles for loss, will continue his breakout. That would be huge. Got an 85 overall team. This is a team that should really do some damage this season. We shall see if it happens. Got some morale boost going on as well. Dickerson's going to be the starter over Wan'Dale Robinson. Defense looks very good. Some morale boost going on as well. Isaiah Simmons playing up to an 85 overall. Kayvon's up to a 90. Winning Defensive Player of the Year really helps. Although, hot take, if you win Defensive Player of the Year, you should probably get enough to be above a 90. Because, I don't know. I feel like there aren't too many players in contention for Defensive Player of the Year that are mid 80 overalls or below. He's up to a 90 now. I get it, but I don't know. Feels like if you win Defensive Player of the Year, I don't want to say guaranteed X Factor, but surely if you win Defensive Player of the Year in real life, they'll make you an X Factor. I mean, I pretty much guarantee it. Team looks very good, though, otherwise. Let's simulate to the midseason mark, and I'm hoping for at least 5 wins. And we're 3-4. The Falcons just dominate in simulation. I don't know how they do it. Division strength probably has something to do with it. We're the number 9 offense. Our defense has dropped now to dead last in the league. We're going to say small sample size, and maybe we turn it around. It's only 2025. I expect to be in the playoffs every year. It just has not happened yet, unfortunately. We've been close, but I don't know. Playbooks just matter more than anything in the game. Obviously, we've gotten much better as a team to this point. 85 overall offense, 87 defense. Yet, we continue to struggle to win anything. And that is the story of a lot of rebuilds on this game. I'm going to make sure Trey Hawkins there. Because the game's bad. Sim Engine's terrible. In case you didn't know. Not a lot of impactful free agents. The only ones that I'll really want to bring back, Wandale, Leonard Williams for a year. I mean, Azudu's there, but I think we can upgrade on him. Daniel Bellinger's there. I hope he's a beast in real life, but I don't think in the game there's really a reason to keep him around. Cordell Flott, somebody's got to play special teams, and we have negative 3.7 million remaining cap room. Oh my goodness. Okay. We got to figure that out. Daniel Jones' contract is so obscene, we can't do anything with it. It's unbelievable. I mean, it really is hindering us in such a big way. What happens if we restructure? I mean, we just totally lose everything in 2026. Which is next year, which is going to be a year. I can't pay him this. I cannot pay him $56.5 million next year. I can't do that. I already can't afford $39.5. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to restructure McKinney's contract. We get a little bit more cap space in 2025. 2026, we're still going to be under, but that's because of Daniel Jones. Again, we are in a very, 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 very bad spot with that contract. It's so big. And unfortunately, that's leading me to what might be an obvious decision at this point. We're not winning, right? We're not winning, and we're paying a quarterback to be on a non-winning team an exorbitant amount of money. And now the number 1 player in the class is a quarterback. Emmett Durand from Syracuse. That's New York, although it's not close to the Giants at all. Great to elite strength and acceleration. Good to great throw power. Accuracy is good enough. I mean, if we get in position... Oh, this receiver is going to be sick. We can't draft another receiver. I understand how ridiculous we've been. We simply cannot draft another receiver. He looks so good. No, but we're not going to. Dude, we are so screwed with this Daniel Jones contract. I don't see another way. We're not going to do it now. We'll wait for the offseason, I guess. But we're 3-4, dude. And what happens if we make the playoffs now? What happens then? I'll simulate to week 11 so we can do focus players, but I don't see a path forward with Daniel Jones. I really don't. And you know what's even crazier? I haven't gone crazy in free agency. I think I've signed next to nobody. But we've given big contracts to our actual players to keep them in town. And it has not paid off. We're 4-5. Just lost 17-9 to the Chargers. And now we have to play the Chiefs. Oh, come on, dude. This receiver from South Carolina is so sick. He's got all A's. Physically, he's pretty good. A, deep route running, short route running, catch in traffic, spectacular catch, release catching. B, medium route running. Oh no, he's undraftable. I mean, I'm not going to say generational player for sure, but he looks like he could be close. But again, can't draft a receiver here. Can't do it. And we have made the play. We won the division at 10-7. Oh my goodness. Eagles and Cowboys choke job. I don't think the Eagles even made the playoffs. Let's see this here. So we got off to a brutal 1-4 start and then started winning. Back-to-back losses and then just an insane run to win. Is that 6 in a row? It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's 6 in a row, and then we lost to the Eagles, but it didn't matter at that point. What happened to the Eagles? They got off to a pretty good start, and then just went about 500 the rest of the way. They never really had a big collapse, I guess. They just couldn't get it going. And then the Cowboys, I thought they were better. They actually had a pretty good second half. 3 losses, that's not even bad. I guess it was just all these teams in the NFC East kind of struggling to really find their footing. And we made the playoffs with 10 wins. That's very lucky to get in. 10-7. It's a good enough record, but wasn't like amazing. Daniel Jones, his best year, of course. 3,700 yards, 28 touchdowns to 8 picks. Saquon was still really good. 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 per carry. Receiving, Darren Waller led us, which is what you want to see if you're the Giants, right? Isaiah Hodgins was great. The rookie Brandon Dickerson goes for 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. That could be Rookie of the Year territory. Wandale was good in his role. So was Saquon, to be honest. And then defensively, oh my goodness, I just saw Kayvon Thibodeau's sack total. And if you cut total off the end of that sentence, it's a very different meaning there. But 21 sacks for Thibodeau. 10 for Ojulari, 5.5 for Lawrence, 4 for Leonard Williams, and then 3 picks for Isaiah Simmons. I can't believe he's a Giant. This feels like just some crazy trade I would make in my rebuilds, but here he is. 3 picks for Deonte Banks, 2 for Okereke and Adoree Jackson. Wow. Okay, we're in there. Marquis Mallard, remember this guy? He's slowly but surely developing. It's up to an 80 overall. I say slowly. I guess I've taken so long to do this rebuild. I've been recording for over 5 hours, which is so long. And he's only in year 2. So this is unbelievable that that's taken me so long. But yeah, he's good. He's really good. Coverage could be better though. I'm not jumping in the wild card. Beat the Cowboys. We don't necessarily have to go on a run this season. I'm not going to end the video if we win the Super Bowl here. But we are moving on. And we're playing the Cardinals. What are they doing here? What is this? This is like oh man, it's like the clown sticking out with the army. Hold on, let me find the picture. Dude, that's the Cardinals right now in the playoffs. How are they in? How did they make it? Dude, look at me rocking memes, by the way. I'm hip like the kids. They went 12-5 with the number 21 offense. Their defense is apparently sick. Ours not so much. Interesting. They allowed so many yards, but their defense is good. No, but it's number 19, but they allowed so few points. I am so confused with these numbers. We're going to simulate the divisional here. Hopefully we beat the Cardinals. I'm not sure that we will. It seems like they're a juggernaut. Yeah, we're out of the playoffs. Lose by a touchdown, and we are headed to the offseason, where we have to figure out what are we going to do with Daniel Jones? Is Daniel Jones the guy? Or are we going to have to figure out something else? And they made it to the Super Bowl, actually, only to get killed by the Chiefs, who are just really good. Lamar wins MVP. Kayvon Thibodeau with another Defensive Player of the Year season. Love to see that. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP. Chiefs have now won 4 Super Bowls. So I think that's 3 in the Patrick Mahomes era. I want to say the Chiefs won Super Bowl 2 or 4 against the Vikings, maybe? Am I wrong on this? 1970 Super Bowl 4 beat the Minnesota Vikings 23-7. That's got to be back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards for Kayvon Thibodeau, right? He only has 2 skill points, which is a little bit unfortunate, but he's playing up to a 95 overall. We're going to upgrade Run Stopper, +2 block shed's nice, and I'm going to do Speed Rusher as well. Make him a little bit more well-rounded, +3 finesse moves. That should be really, really nice. And he doesn't have Superstar X Factor now? That seems insane. How does he not? He's now won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards. Defensive Lineman of the Year. Back-to-back sacks leader. And he's just like, he's Superstar. We don't want to go too crazy. Okay. Now, other contracts could get cheaper. That's a possibility. So we might not be totally dead here, depending on what it looks like. I think I saw it said $8 million in available salary cap. So is that actually $8 million, or are they lying to me? They could be lying. Sometimes they do that, which is frustrating. Now, we do have $8 million. Got to pick up the 5th-year option on Deontay Banks. Leonard Williams, will you please play for way less money? Please don't want all of this. We need to give you $8 million. He's not going to accept this. What are we going to do? The option is franchise tag him for so much money, 25 mil, or let him go for nothing, which is probably what it's going to have to be. What does Wan'Dale want? It's going to be re-sign Wan'Dale and let Leonard Williams go. Wan'Dale's back. Our 3 receivers are locked down. Deontay Banks' 5th-year option is going to get picked up. And I just don't see any way I can franchise tag Leonard Williams. Now, we're already going to be in the negative. So I guess we could and just take the penalty, I guess. But that feels like cheating a little bit. Dude, we save so much money by getting rid of Daniel Jones. Darren Waller has regressed down to an 82. We'd save quite a bit by getting rid of him as well. I mean, we're paying an 81 and an 82, a combined 76 million, or thereabout. I think that actually might add up to 77. No, it is 76. About. I did it right. Whatever. I'm not a math guy, okay? And Adoree Jackson, too. John Michael Schmitz, because he's an offensive lineman, has not developed at all. You just can't develop those guys. That sucks. Daniel Jones is up to an 81. I mean, it's just a whole nother issue if we get rid of him, though. That's the thing. We're just going to bite the bullet. We're going to franchise tag Leonard Williams. The big cat is back for 1 year. He goes super negative, and the rest have to walk, obviously. That's the price we pay. We're going to do advanced scouting on 3 quarterbacks. They're all at 95%. And depending on where they rank in the class, that's going to determine my next move. I think I still have my first-round pick this year. So I'll trade it all to move up for a QB. And it all might be just, hey, do you want Daniel Jones? Oh, you don't? Well, you can have him anyway. For free. And by free, I mean take his entire contract, please. You pick at 25 because we were good. Let me see what these quarterbacks look like. There was one a little bit further down the board that actually looked like he could be maybe the best in the entire class. Not saying for sure. It's not Emmett Durand, I'll tell you that. Hunter Westbrook is the best one in terms of overall. Now, Gordon Buckshank was the one that I liked the most. He's got the improviser type. Where are these guys physically? I've not seen it. Solid speed, great throw power, elite change of direction. Accuracy is great. Ooh, he does a lot of things really well. This is a round 1 to 2 talent? Is it just a stacked draft class? I know quarterback, I've said this so many times. Quarterback overalls are just naturally lower with their ratings formula. So you can still have a great player. 74, 75 overall rookie quarterback is not bad. Now, Hunter Westbrook, strong arm, elite throw power, still moves pretty well, and also throws under pressure well. He just looks a little bit worse to me, and I think it's because he doesn't have the ability to throw on the run the same way the other QB does. So Buckshank has higher deep accuracy, worse medium accuracy, same throw accuracy short. Now, we know for a fact he's a worse overall. That's the difference. We know for a fact Hunter Westbrook is rated at least the same or higher. I guess depending on where they fall in the class, they could be the exact same overall. Just they've rated one as round 1 and one as round 1 to 2. I think I like Buckshank better. Now, I didn't look at the mock draft, and for some reason, they don't let you look at the mock draft in the actual draft, which I think is pretty stupid. Here's how I'm going to play this. Oh, Westbrook's off the board first. I was going to say I'll let the first QB go off the board that's round 1 to 2 talent, like he was on the draft board, and then just draft whichever QB is still available. But now they are both gone by pick 6. If I want Buckshank, I probably have to make a move. I've said this before, but the fact that you can't look at the mock draft during the draft is either a huge oversight or just stupid design, in my opinion. And you'd be like, oh, well, there's a mystery. Or you should have looked at it before, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Like, I should know during the draft. It's not just, oh, I wonder who wants to draft him. Commanders, Lions, and Seahawks seem to be the top teams. Where do the Commanders pick? That's going to be the question. They are picking at... I don't even see them. The Lions are coming up next, though. After the Titans, I should say. There goes a right tackle. Titans end up going with an outside linebacker. This might have to be our spot. And maybe it's way too early. We're drafting a quarterback. Okay, we're making a move. It is a 1 and a 2 this year, a 2 in 2028, and a 6 this year as well for the number 8 overall pick. I can't trade Daniel Jones to the Lions because they can't afford it, and I'm not sure if any team in the league can. Now, Daniel Jones, surely, if we were to re-sign him, is going to be cheaper than his contract is right now. But we're going to draft Gordon Buckshank just in case. Think maybe a little bit of Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love to Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre action. That's what we're doing here. Gordon Buckshank out of Arizona. Why does everyone I draft have normal development in the Giants rebuild, dude? Of my favorite team, I was destined to have no fun doing this. Come on. Mitch from Notre Dame. He's a free safety. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness, by the way. Round 1 to 2 talent. I happen to scroll all the way down. He's supposed to be a UDFA. And he's going to have an overall in the 70s, probably. With a round 1 to 2 talent. Now, I don't see anything special about this guy. Other than, I mean, short route running and catching traffic. He's just a classic slot receiver. Fell down the board. They didn't notice him. Small-time school, Michigan. I mean, who watches them? He's got normal dev, of course, but that's a steal. You might have been able to get players like that in the past, but I've never really noticed it. So cool that that's in the game now. Elite speed linebacker with A zone coverage. B tackle, B awareness. Looks like a steal. You'll never guess what his dev trait was. Take a shot. Take a guess. What do you think? I know you can see it, so there's no even reason to say that, but yeah, obviously normal dev. I get it's a 7th round pick, but it'd be nice to draft one guy with hidden dev. Just so I can have at least the facade of oh, maybe he's good. And quarterback's a 73. Receivers a 74. And 73 overall, I know what it looks like. It's really not that bad. He's 22 years old. Now, unfortunately, he's not better than Daniel Jones right now. You look at him, though, and you almost wonder, why is his overall 73? Count the things that are below 73 overall, and this is what I'm talking about with the overall spacing. Carrying, trucking, spin move, stiff arm, strength, and strength barely. And then as a QB, awareness is a 72, medium accuracy is a 77, under pressure is 79. Everything else is 80 plus. And he's got a good arm. He's a good athlete. I don't know why he's such a bad overall. And he should be like a 75 at least. And it's only +2, so I guess it doesn't matter. And there was a generational running back in this class with 97 speed. He's an 84 overall. Sick receiver, of course. Some 77 overall corners. Let's see the QBs we missed out on. So Westbrook was a 76. Also had normal dev. He is slightly less athletic, has a slightly stronger arm, and is slightly more accurate. And has way worse throw on the run. Is he really +3 overall to the QB we got? That doesn't seem right. And then the other QB is a 73 overall. Is it because is ours well balanced and the other guy is a one-trick pony? Hard to tell with the morale boosts, but his accuracy is pretty good. Athleticism's pretty good. I don't know. I still feel like we kind of got the best one. Durand honestly looks better than the 76 overall quarterback. I feel like Buckshank's pretty good. Is this Copium? So he's a 73 overall improviser and strong arm, 72 scrambler, 71 field general. He's just well balanced, where the other guy is not. I prefer the well balanced guy. All right, here's Buckshank. Oh, he got an arm on him. Now, I did see that he has oblivious sense of pressure, which is interesting because doesn't he have like pretty good throw under pressure? I don't know. Seems bizarre. He has an interesting throwing motion, though. He seems to be hitting these guys in stride. I might be Team Buckshank. Oh, this is interesting. I think we're going to go for X here, deep down the field. There it is. Double doink. That might be one of my best performances in this drill. That's near 30K. I might name Buckshank the starter. I don't know who does this one, by the way. Whatever this one's called. I think it's target skeleton outmanned, something like that. Passing skeleton outmanned. This one's way harder. Like, you might be able to get, you know, gold if you're better than I am, but target passing is easily the move. I'm just going to take silver. That's a pretty good effort. That's why it's so fun to just go and do rushing attack, because it's a guaranteed gold every time. I tried to just make that one too tight for no reason, but yeah. I'd be surprised if I ever even got silver on this one. Ooh, Isaiah Hodgins dev trait upgraded to superstar in red zone attack battle. Nice. If we get gold, Trey Hawkins will go up to a 77 overall. This could be huge. I have only had interceptions on this one. I wonder if I can clutch up for gold. Was that another one? Oh my god, it is. This could be an easy 30K. I didn't get a pick here, though. Yep, knew it. We were too far behind. It's tough to just be ready for the drag like that. This is probably a pick to end it. And it's still a good effort. My new technique on this, basically a little press bail action. Lean inside. And that's the one route that does beat that technique a little bit. But this technique is pretty good. Now, you're never going to get a pass breakup. You got to be out in front of it, but it's usually pretty good. Oh, and we got gold on that. That's actually clutch. All right. Regular season time, year 4. Some would say this has to be the year. We have an 86 overall team to start, which if we make the playoffs and make a run, we're going to be 90 plus. Easy. With the morale boosts, Daniel Jones is still our guy. Okay. Buckshank is a nice backup to have. Darren Waller, superstar. Did he have that? He may have. Isaiah Hodgins, superstar because of training camp. Wandale, Dickerson. We need a left guard. That's a big thing. And then defensively, we look really good. The fact that Kayvon Thibodeau does not have superstar X Factor yet still frustrates me a lot. Trey Hawkins might be CB2. No picture for him even. That's so sad. Shout out Will Knight, I believe was his name. The Shadow. I think in my Giants 20-year rebuild. Could have been the Steelers 20-year rebuild, though, but I think it might have been the Giants. One of the 20-year rebuilds, and there will be more of those this year. No picture on a draft prospect. And we called him the Shadow, as he shadows receivers. It was great. It was so great. I'm going to keep patting myself on the back. We need a guard really badly, and we don't have any money. So we're just not going to have a guard. That's what's going to happen. Not everybody was meant to have a good left guard. That's just what it is. We can't trade for one either, by the way, because we can't afford to take on a contract. So we will simulate to the midseason mark and hopefully win minimum 4 games. I'll lower it a bit. 6-1. Finally. Number 3 offense, number 2 defense, and a breakout quarterback challenge. Daniel Jones could be going up to Star dev. He doesn't even have star. Hey, coach, Daniel Jones is good. And I'm like, I know. I've been saying it the whole time. We wouldn't replace this guy. What are you smoking crack? No. This is our guy. Put the pipe down and watch him get star dev. All he has to do to get star dev is basically nothing. Isaiah Simmons with an upgrade up to an 87 overall. Me run stopper. Oh, he's a beast. This is the vision. This is the vision. I'm so ready to be let down by Isaiah Simmons with the Giants. That's why I'm trying to lower my expectations greatly. But oh my goodness, I want to be so excited. I really do. But I know what it probably means. Former top 10 pick traded away for a 7th in training camp and preseason. It doesn't bode well. Again, I hope he's a beast, but it does not bode well. I'll say, I don't know what bode is, but it doesn't do it well. We'll go to the playoffs. 6-1 Cowboys, 5-1 Eagles and Commanders, 3-3. This would be a legendary collapse. Oh no, I did more weeks. Now he definitely cannot get star dev, even if he accomplished the goal. Now we're 7-5. We're on a legendary losing streak. This team has no heart, no fight. 6-1 to go 7-5. Give me a break. Panthers 9-3 as well. I think we're still going to make the playoffs, but oh my goodness, what a legendary collapse. We did not make the playoffs. You have got to be kidding me. This game sucks so badly because it's the same sim engine. Sim engine doesn't change. I have one of the best teams in the league. We rattled off wins. 6 in a row. 7 in a row, actually. Excuse me. And Daniel Jones probably would have had star dev if I didn't simulate a bunch. And then after that, it was the curse of not simulating, or not stopping the sim, or not going 1 week. 5 losses in a row. Then another win. Wow, great. 2 losses in a row. And then we beat the Colts to end the year. Whoop-de-doo. I'm going to do 1 more year. What am I supposed to do, man? I build the best team in the league, and we can't do anything. Best team in the league, pretty much, at the midseason mark, only to completely collapse. And of course, yeah, still going to be normal dev. It's just unreal. It really is. It's unreal. Saquon had a phenomenal year. I mean, played so well. Isaiah Hodgins, truly a monster breakout year for him. He's already superstar dev, but those numbers are like one of the best, if not the best receiver in the league. You go for 1,314 touchdowns. It's unreal. You're in that conversation if you're just talking about stats. Lawrence was awesome. Kayvon Thibodeau took a back seat to the interior defensive lineman in terms of sacks. Simmons put up 7. Ojulari 4.5. Isaiah Simmons might put together a really strong case for Defensive Player of the Year here, just because the combination of interception, sacks, and total tackles. That's going to be really tough to beat. Deonte Banks had 3 picks, led the team. Isaiah Simmons is going to be 6th in Defensive Player of the Year. Still a great performance, but going to be heavily weighted towards those pass rushers, clearly. Look at the top 2 guys. Both defensive ends. Well, one is actually number 6 overall. I'm talking about 1 and 6. Do you notice anything about them? I'll give you a second. It's the same face. Nice. Number 5 offense, number 11 defense. We were like top 5 in every yards category, offensively and defensively. And we didn't make the playoffs at 9-8. I get that the NFC East is highly competitive, but that is a brutal result for a very good team. Isaiah Hodgins does have superstar X Factor now. Wins wide receiver of the year. Doesn't really surprise me. I mean, he was just fantastic. His deep route running and spectacular catch are quite low. Go ahead and boost that here with our 1 upgrade. And hopefully he doesn't regress. He might be at that age of regression. Oh, he's 27, so he'll have another year. Or he'll turn 28 before the start of the next season. One of those 2 things will happen. But we're in a decent spot. I don't really know what else to do. I don't think I can change anything. The team clearly is good. We just didn't win enough. I mean, I don't know what to say other than that. We just went on a huge losing streak. We're putting up great stats, but it obviously didn't do it. as the Zadarius Smith Bowl. Ravens, Packers. I'm sure there are more. Greg Jennings. I think Greg Jennings might have got to the Ravens. I know he was a Dolphin for sure. Now I'm not sure. Anyway, Justin Madubuike wins Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins regular MVP. And no other Giants anywhere. It was the Vikings after the Packers for Greg Jennings, not the Ravens, and then the Dolphins. Okay, my bad. Okay, now we have about $93 million in available salary cap. It's going to be Thibodeau, Neal, I think Jones. This is going to be brutal. There's Thibodeau, Trey Hawkins, Okereke, Neal, John Michael Schmitz, who doesn't want to be back, Daniel Jones. It's everybody. And Darren Waller's up to Superstar X Factor. The problem is he's 34 and he's regressing. I'm not sure if we can deal with that. I mean, we might need every dollar of this $93.8 million. Kayvon Thibodeau is back. You know, you worry about offering these guys contracts in the offseason because it's your last chance to do so. We're going to give Trey Hawkins a little bit more money. Still incredibly cheap. He's only a 79 overall. I've tried to develop him as much as I can. He even got Superstar Dev immediately and is still, like, barely developed at all. We're overpaying Bobby Okereke to keep him in town. Evan Neal, we're not going to have to do the same. He's still fairly expensive, but he's a tackle, so it's pretty cheap for a tackle, all things considered. John Michael Schmitz, we have to keep. I can't let Schmitz walk. Big contract. Wants to play for a new team? John Michael, come on. I'm not paying Daniel Jones. Not doing it. In which case, why did I not just start the rookie? Get him Rookie of the Year and hopefully a dev trade increase? It's a great question. It's a great question. I think we let Leonard Williams walk to keep some money. Schmitz, we're not going to franchise tag. It's going to be, it's $12 million. I thought it'd be closer to 15. Yeah, we'll pick up the franchise tag for that. Keep Schmitz at center. Waller, unless he's super cheap, he's cheap enough. We'll offer that to Darren Waller. He's back, but not going to be super elite. Williams walks. Hyatt. I wish he played more of an impact in this rebuild, but there was just really never a chance for him. Okay. $25 million. We need a left guard. Badly. We could use a defensive tackle. Nobody wants to be here, of course, because it can't be easy. We wouldn't want it easy. Isaiah Simmons superstar development now, by the way. Deonte Banks superstar development. We don't necessarily need to go out and get another defensive tackle. I think we're actually kind of fine there. Morale's making this team look a little bit better than it is, but it's a good team. It is a really, really good team. Our biggest need, really, is a left guard. And that's pretty much it. Kendrick Green is the best we can do. Well, he's going to be a Giant. And we are targeting one other player. It is Marshawn Lattimore. Now, he might be headed back to the boot. And he is. But we took a shot. You know, how often can you just go out and sign a top-tier corner in free agency? Not very often. And there's really a tight end projected to go top 2 right now. Evan Powell. Evan Powell from, say, Iowa? Oh, if it said Iowa, we might have to draft him. That's tight end U. Did it say Iowa? It said Iowa State. That's tight end U adjacent. Charlie Kolar went to Iowa State. He's an NFL tight end. Is there anybody else? There's got to be. Now, here's a guy that looks like he could be pretty good. Dwayne Guy. Decent coverage. Could be a good athlete. Run support safety with B zone coverage is interesting. Now, I don't need a safety. Not going to draft a safety. But it is interesting. Decent athlete, too. Elite strength, elite change of direction. You know, I wonder... Got A hit power. And I wonder if he's very, very good or just pretty good. Round 1, pick 17. I still cannot believe we missed out on the playoffs. Just devastating stuff. That's all I really have to say about that. 90% on Evan Powell. I did 2 offensive linemen. And I like the look of them. I wish they were at 100%. Couple good corners in there as well, who I guess we could consider drafting. And then Evan Powell is my Darren Waller if I want to replace Darren Waller. Got great speed. He looks like a really solid athlete. Didn't run like exceptionally well, but this guy looks good. A catch in traffic, A medium, A deep, A short, A spectacular catch if I didn't say it. He just looks insane. I didn't check the mock draft again. And I'm not going to take a tight end top 2. Just not going to do it. But he might go top 2, and we're going to miss out on our Darren Waller. Lions, Chiefs. Chiefs, dude. You had Travis Kelce. You're not getting Evan Powell. Where are the Chiefs picking? Not for a bit. You know what? Fine. If he gets to the Lions, I'll start to consider it. If he goes earlier, obviously I can't. See what the Saints do. That's going to be the big one to get past. There he goes to the Saints. It was never happening. It was never trading up to 2 for a tight end, even though he's going to be disgusting. It would have just been too far to go. You know what would be smart? What if we traded... Ooh, there's another tight end. What if we just traded a first-round pick for somebody really good? Is that a good option? Ooh. He's got to lead everything, too. Now, his skills are going to be way worse. Way worse. He's got worse route running overall and catching. I mean, he's definitely way worse. But he's an elite athlete. How tall was he? 6'2". I'm not taking an H back. It's 17 overall. Hold on. New development. Another tight end. Chantrell Hitchens. I did not look at this class nearly enough. Boise State. He looks a lot like the other tight end. Very athletic. A deep route running. A catch in traffic. Medium could be good. Short route running's all right. I'll trade down, maybe. I'll see what's there. I mean, what are the odds of any of these players being better than who we currently have, which is Darren Waller? It's so late. I'm struggling to make a sentence. Not high. There's another receiver. I'm sure we'll draft him. Okay, I put the first round pick up on the block just to see who was offering what. Oh, there's that sick receiver, by the way. Only star dev. He might have had normal, though, to start. I can't remember. No, it might have only been star. Dawson Knox is an option. All the rest are receivers who I don't really think we need. Superstar receiver. Remember him in the draft. Bolton Miller is an option, but we don't really need tackle that much or at all. No, we're going to rock out with Darren Waller. We're going to get something else. We've got a rookie quarterback. Darren Waller's going to be the guy. I'm not doing anything about corner. I like that we're homegrown. We've mainly just developed everyone that actually is on the team and worth developing. I don't really know what to do here. We could get, another sick receiver. That's an option. Okay, I added 2 first-round picks, and we're getting some real offers. Some good players in here. Garrett Wilson would be nice. Although Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams was offered. Marshawn Lattimore. Jackson Smith and Jigba, actually, could be very nice. Because he's only 25 years old, so he's going to keep developing big time this season. Who the fuck is Brett Swift that I would want him? A normal development 75 overall linebacker, and I'll take a 4th? Other teams are offering superstar 90 overall players. The Titans are like, how about Brett Swift? No, not even a chance. Let's get Jackson Smith and Jigba. Do I want... hold on. Stephon Diggs is just better for a season. I'm going to do that. Is JSN smarter? Yeah, but he's also, currently on the Seahawks. Rookie in real life. I know we're in 2027 now. So, totally could have done it. But Stephon Diggs, that's who we're taking. So he can go up against his brother and cook him as we win the division. We're going to go Lamar Reeves here. He is an offensive guard. Haven't checked out if he's athletic or not. Athletic enough. Welcome to the Giants, Lamar Reeves. Hidden dev, 91 strength, acceleration's good, speed's whatever. But he could actually start right away. Well, depending on his overall, but they almost certainly will start right away unless he's 70 overall or lower. So pretty much no matter what. Draft recap. Well, I traded my first round pick and then we drafted the guard. So this is going to be interesting to see. He's a 73. And we got a decent corner. think he might have been on my board. 72 overall. Overall, the draft was pretty bad, but I didn't handle any of these, except for Lamar Reeves. Did we miss out on anyone actually good? I'm curious about how good these tight ends are. So, Brandon Nichols, I said, is he actually, like, insane or just real good? Turns out he was, I would say, insane. 88 speed, 88 hit power, 88 pursuit. Dude loves his 88s. Decent zone coverage as well. It's a really, really good safety prospect. Only 88 speed, but that's good at safety. That's fine enough. And then the tight end is insane for sure. In hindsight, like, should I have drafted him? Maybe? He was definitely really good, but he went so high in the draft. He's so good. So good. Traits are amazing. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely an awesome tight end. One of the best ones I've seen this year, to be honest. But I think I'd prefer to have Stephon Diggs. Keep Darren Waller. Jontrell Hitchens was a 76. Went in the second round. Would have been good value, for sure. But again, rather just have Darren Waller. And then Lorenzo McAllister did go in the first round. 75 overall, not too bad. But a loaded tight end class. Much like the class that we actually had in this past year's draft. With TJ Hawkinson. Why did I start there? That is not a player that was in the draft class. It's so late. Please. Like Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft both went to the Packers. Sam Laporta, who went to the Lions. And that was not Michael Mayer, who went to the Raiders. And the first round tight end was, well, there was Dalton Kincaid from Utah. And was there one more? I think it might have just been Kincaid, you know. Yeah, it was just Kincaid. Who was the next tight end to go after Musgrave? Oh, yeah, Luke Schoonmaker. And then I remember Brenton Strange going too. Kind of surprised to see him go that early. But yeah, I think we did fairly well in the draft. And we have Stephon Diggs now, which is quite a move to go out on. All right, here we are. Reeves, I said, is going to start. Buck Shank. You have an insane name, but it is your time to shine. Buck Shank will be our starting quarterback. No more Daniel Jones. And you know what? I can rationalize it because we were not successful with Daniel Jones, right? And was it his fault? It was somebody's fault. I'll say that. So it was time to make a change. Is Buck Shank going to be the guy? Oh, highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But we'll see what happens. Our last training camp. These rebuilds are usually shorter. This is a real long one. At least it feels that way because I've been recording forever. This has been a really, really long recording session. And you know what? It's partially these training camps. They take a long time. And if you're trying to get gold for every one of them, maybe you just go out and you do it immediately because you're sick at the game or whatever. But, you know, for me, some of these I struggle with. Never target passing, never rushing attack, never, you know, some of these. The first cornerback one. But some of these, like, especially the in the trenches one, that one sucks. 90% of the time, my whoever it is, linebacker, defensive end, whatever, just will not sack Daniel Jones. He breaks every sack. It's incredible. I don't know how he does it, but it is super frustrating. Give me star dev for Buck Shank. Please. 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 Nope. Saquon's regressing now that he's 30. Oh, our window is closing rapidly. Now I actually need to do this again. Our window is closing, dude. We gotta win the Super Bowl this year. I need it. We've not really talked at all about Addison Butler, who plays strong safety for me. Using him in this final DB drill here of the final training camp. And, he's only like an 82 overall. Hasn't really developed very much. I feel like, I don't know, a lot of these guys just don't end up developing. Which, that is the NFL, to be fair. But it's way less fun in a rebuild, I'll tell you that. Oh, look at the hops, though. And that's gold. Here we go. This is the team. It's Buck Shank's team now. It's such a strong last name, Buck Shank. Unbelievable. I mean, it's just insane. But, Osmataz Buckshank. I knew it from somewhere. It's from the East-West Bowl. I keep thinking of Buckwheat from the Little Rascals. But Buckshank, yeah, it's from East-West Bowl, the famous Key and Peele video. But we do have a potential training camp breakout in the form of starting safety Addison Butler. A 35-14 win could mean good things, as Addison Butler is not there yet. Dude, it's now or never. You're like 27. Breakout, dude, you got to be there now. But this is the year. This is the year. Let's get it done. Mid-season mark. Undefeated. Everyone in the NFC East is undefeated right now. Let's just keep that rolling, except for the other 3 teams can lose, is what I mean. We're 5-1. Problem is, the other teams actually kept up. Cowboys are 5-2, Eagles are 5-2, and depending on what happens in Week 8, of course, we could also be 5-2. So the NFC East is not easy, continues to be a problem, but the good news is that Buckshank is getting it done. Clearly, he must be, because we're 5-1. 89 across the board. We have the number 2 offense in points per game, number 3 defense, number 5 in offensive passing yards per game. So we're doing quite well, right? Buckshank is him, as they say. 1,800 passing yards, 15 passing touchdowns, the 7th best passer rating in the league. And for a quarterback below an 80 overall, I would say that's exceptional. Again, I don't want to jinx it, but this would have to be a massive collapse to not make the playoffs here after a 5-1 start. Let's get it done. And playoff time. We are 12-5, which is good. The Cowboys win the division, go 13-4, and they leave us playing in the wild card game. Now, I see Gordon Buckshank at the top there. I think he led the league in passing yards. First in passing yards, second in passing touchdowns. Where was this from Daniel Jones? Nearly 4,900 yards, 41 touchdowns to just 11 interceptions. He's still oblivious with pressure, but he's got 82, playing up to 84 throw under pressure, so it doesn't even seem to matter. I mean, we probably just should have given him a shot as a rookie. He'd be much further along at this point, but it is what it is. Wanted to win it with Daniel Jones, wasn't meant to be. Saquon with another really solid year, and clearly the addition of Stefon Diggs was massive for our young quarterback. Sound familiar? Shout out to the cover guy of Madden 24, Josh Allen. I think that's quite fitting. Darren Waller, good thing we kept him around. He had an unreal year. Over 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson was great. Isaiah Hodgins was still productive. Saquon was a solid receiver. Bobby Okereke with plenty of tackles. 19 for loss for Azeez Ojulari. 16 for Sexy Dexy. 14 for Thibodeau. 11 for Moses McCain playing now. Thibodeau is the only double-digit sacker on our team, and Bobby Okereke had 4 interceptions, 3 for Deonte Banks, 2 for Trey Hawkins. This is what we wanted. Finally, a really, really good team that is doing as well as they should be. I'm not saying we should go undefeated every year because we have the best team in the league. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying we should make the playoffs, surely. And we're going to go ahead and jump in here. I can't bear a wild card loss to lose the video. I won't do it. I think we're going to win in simulation, but I want the chance to stop a loss if it's looming. Like, we got to at least have the chance to come back if it's looking bad. But hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we just steamroll them here, and we're not exactly scoring a lot of points. The Cardinals got a safety and then a touchdown. They started the game with a safety. Can our offense wake up, please? We take the lead 10-9. We're in the 4th quarter already. It's 17-9. Cardinals driving down the field, and they can't do anything. Game over. We sneak out with a win in a game that started with a safety. What is this, a Super Bowl? Broncos, Seahawks? I think that was the Super Bowl that had a safety to start on the bad snap to Peyton Manning. That sounds right. Upgrade for Darren Waller. This matchup's interesting. We are playing the Atlanta Falcons, who are always really good in simulation in these past couple of games. I think at least last year and this year. And it's my favorite team, the Giants, against my current franchise team in the Falcons. And of course, my franchise team from a year ago was the Giants. So this is the battle of my franchise teams here. It would be fitting if we faced the Lions in the next round. They're an 86 overall. Definitely very good. I'd like to be better. And we are out to an early 7-0 lead. Falcons tie it right back up. Good-looking Younghoe Koo shot. And Ka'imir Fairbairn going head-to-head. Falcons up now. We retake the lead 19-14. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Play a little defense. It's Desmond Ridder, Bijan Robinson, Drake London. Man, is it weird to be on this side of things. So used to being the Falcons so far this year. And you know what? Now I'm rooting on their downfall. Touchdown takes the lead for the Falcons. I'd love to hold them here, but they keep getting open on the outside, whether it's Drake London, whether it's Kyle Pitts. Desmond Ridder's having a really great game. I'm really comfortable with where the clock is, but I'm going to tell you, we need to make a play quickly, because they could turn it around in a hurry. And they catch everything, by the way. That's a 2-minute warning. And is he paralyzed? Okay, that's CTE, that's for sure. Dude definitely didn't even know his own name. You saw him getting up like that? He looked like a robot. That's a touchdown. Okay, Falcons take the lead. We've been down before. Okay? I wish the team played like this in Falcons franchise for me. It's the easiest drive I've ever seen. And, of course, 2-point conversion. And now we need a touchdown if we want to win. Field goal ties it up, forces overtime. Don't want that. Oh, we got blocks. There's a flag. Why did I even mention it? Rolling out. High point. Waller couldn't catch it. I shouldn't have high pointed. I just need to, like, lead out ahead. I've thrown an interception being stupid in Falcons franchise that same way very recently. Let's work off play action on 3rd and 5. I just like the way rollouts work, and I feel like it leaves routes open. There you go. Stefon Diggs. Easy first. They have to be blitzing here, right? They're a little bit too close to Isaiah Hodgins, but this is a nice drive. We have a minute to go. Again, need a touchdown. Crossers, Isaiah Hodgins, touchdown. I mean, I can see it now. If I throw to Stefon Diggs, it's going to be stupid. I'm actually going to hit the tight end. I'm nearly intercepted. I got baited so hard. Why are you there? I mean, I saw that he was going to be there. I needed to lead the pass away from him. A.J. Terrell being him, of course. Although he's terrible in Falcons franchise. I don't know where to go with the ball. That's not a good result. 3rd and 12. Obvious big conversion spot for us here. We got it to Stefon Diggs on the slant. Let's save that timeout and go hurry up. 15 seconds is plenty of time. And we're sacked. That's okay. Still have a timeout. 4 seconds, 3rd and goal. This is definitely a field goal spot. And we're sacked, and we're going to call a timeout. Honestly, could have been best case scenario there. Let's tie it up. This is unreal. I mean, it is 4:20 in the morning, right? And I'm playing like I'm out of my mind. Field goal is good. We make the ice kick. We're going to overtime. Oh, man. I'm really playing to lose right now. We absolutely had opportunities to win. Falcons, of course, get the kick. Oh, my. And this game's just to get to the conference championship, right? I think it is. Oh, this is frustrating. They don't drop anything. Thibodeau in the zone. We're going to blitz. Oh, they picked it up, and it's intercepted by Mallard. Marquis Mallard ends it in Atlanta. Marquis Mallard, pick 6. Ridder with the biggest mistake of the game. Marquis Mallard, one of the most insane names you will ever see. I question if any of those are names for humans. Question that greatly. What I don't question is his heart, his dedication, his will to win. Interception goes for 6. Game over. I'll see you in the championship. The NFC championship, that is. Not the Super Bowl yet. Not there. See, the Packers went 8-9 with an 87 overall team. We're up to a 91. Our team can play. I don't see the Cowboys making it this far. They go 13-4. They're out. Kenny Moore is now with the Packers. They've also got a created player, or auto-generated guy, and still Jair Alexander. And we have home field advantage. MetLife Stadium. Now, the Packers and Giants have met quite a few times in the playoffs within the past couple of decades, including the Giants going into Lambeau in both 2007 and 2011 and beating the Packers. Huge wins that led the Giants eventually to Super Bowl wins in 2007 and 2011. Although in 2011, I will note, it was only the divisional round of the playoffs. Had to confirm that. It was it was definitely the conference championship at Lambeau in 2007. Lawrence Tynes drilled a game winner after a Corey Webster interception off Brett Favre. I'll never forget it. Legendary moments. And we're getting trounced right now. 17-9. We're fighting back in it. 17-12. I'd love a touchdown. Touchdown would be nice. Let's jump in on offense. Make it happen. Got some great receivers. They've got some great DBs. I'm seeing 2 superstars. Throw it away. Oh my goodness. Is that not intentional grounding? Yeah, there was a receiver close. Sure. 3rd and 15 after a penalty. Doesn't seem to matter. Isaiah Hodgins down the field. Quay Walker can't keep up. Touchdown Giants. Isaiah Hodgins puts us on top here deep into the 3rd quarter. He is fired up. And rightfully so. You can't put a linebacker on him. Even one as athletic as Quay Walker, he's going to get torched. We'll go for 2, make it a field goal game. Saquon in motion. We're actually going to throw it to him. Okay, well, we have the lead. There is that. Packers end up punting the football back. And we're driving a little bit here. It's 3rd and 1. No, we convert, actually. Ends up being 1st and 10. We got a switch release on the left side. I'm looking at Stefon Diggs. They're playing zone coverage. We're just going to give him a chance. Stefon cannot reel it in. 3:33 in the 4th. Probably should have been running the ball there, but I want a touchdown because it effectively ends the game. Look at the push from Clements. That's a veteran move by a rookie left guard. What a push by Clements to make it 4th or 3rd and more manageable, excuse me. Potentially 4-down territory. I'd actually love to run a QB draw here. Doesn't really seem to be an option. Stefon Diggs, wide open. 1st down. He is launched. But it doesn't matter. He holds on to the football. 1st down. And now it's 2 clock mode. Do we run here and burn a timeout? I think we try and convert. It's 3rd and 7. We're just going to throw to Waller. Just to guarantee that the clock keeps moving. Of course, they call a timeout. We'll bang the field goal with Kaimi Fairbairn. Take a 4-point lead. And, I mean, you're making them go for a touchdown. I don't love that. But 4th and 6, I just didn't want to go for that. Oh, and he's still going? Might as well let him score at this point. They still need a touchdown, so maybe not. But they're looking like they're going to score a touchdown here. They're 20 seconds in the game. They're so confident. They're letting the entire clock burn off here. Who even is Jones? Oh, man, I would have actually loved to catch. Checking down. McKinney, huge tackle. Final timeout called by Green Bay. 9 seconds on the clock. I mean, a touchdown wins the game for Green Bay. Plain and simple. Going to the end zone. Incomplete. 4th and goal. 5 seconds on the clock. Game on the line. We are pass committing. And we're going to use her a DB here. They're probably going to throw over the middle. Throwing! Shut down at the goal line! Game over! Giants win! What an unbelievable end to the game. Flashback to the Rams and the Titans Super Bowl. 1 yard short. I think it was it Kevin Dyson? I think Dyson. I think it's Kevin Dyson was short Christian Watson here, and I'm talking in the Rams and Titans Super Bowl, not here, obviously. Christian Watson catches the ball basically on the goal line, and the new giant, Isaiah Simmons, stops him from scoring this way, and then Bobby Okereke drills him short of the end zone, and it's going to win us the game. We can take a kneel in the end zone, take a knee in the end zone, doesn't matter. Kneel down, game over, doesn't matter. That is the game, 21-19. What a finish. It is Kevin Dyson, who has a brother, by the way, named Andre. Also was an NFL player. Played for the Titans from 01 to 04, Seahawks in 05, and Jets 06, 07. So I guess I just remember Andre Dyson also. Yeah, Mike Jones, the linebacker for the Rams, made the tackle. That name would have been way tougher for me to pull. I think I could have done it under normal circumstances, but it is now 4:35 in the morning. Ojulari with an upgrade as we will head to the Super Bowl. His block shedding now should be in the 80s. +1 speed, +3 tackles. So block shedding's not in the 80s. +1 speed's cool, though, I guess. And this is the Super Bowl. Chiefs, Giants. 91 overall across the board against 91 overall across the board. Gordon Buckshank might be up to star dev. I hope so. We're going to get his accuracy up here a little bit. He's playing up to an 85 overall. Chiefs, Giants. What a fun one. He does have star dev now. This is the Kawika Mitchell Bowl. I don't know how many of you will remember Kawika Mitchell. He was actually on the Giants' 2007 Super Bowl team. Another player I'll never forget. I don't think. I mean, I remember him now. It's 15 years later, right? Marquis Mallard, superstar dev. Did he go up for making an incredible play? Maybe. I don't know. He got it, though. And this is the final team. 4 superstar X Factors on offense. Huge. I think Waller's back up is why it happened, right? He went down to superstar or was superstar. I think so. And then defensively, 2 superstar dev corners. Okereke's up to superstar X Factor. Thibodeau is finally up to superstar X Factor. This team looks amazing. Let's give Dexter Lawrence unstoppable force. That feels like a good one. And he has an ability slot open. I would say I want defensive rally on. The other stuff feels pretty good. Dexter Lawrence is up to a 99 overall, and he's been there for a minute now. Our offense looks amazing. Our defense looks amazing. I love that Trey Hawkins and Deonte Banks are our corners. I love that Adoree Jackson's still here. This is a really fun team. Obviously, you know, when it's your favorite team, you're going to have more stock in the team doing well. Even if it is a video game, it's going to feel a little bit better because, you know, all the players are the players that you actually care the most about, right? But it feels good, man. Mahomes, Pacheco's up to superstar X Factor again. That happens every rebuild. Kind of insane to me. But Chris Jones, X Factor as well. They're a really good team. But are they better than we are? I'm going to say no. That looks like a great aerial view. Here in Tampa, let's get it done. Down 7-0 already, but we answer right back. I just think the Chiefs are going to pretty much score at will here. It's 10-7. We take the lead 14-10, now 21-10 into the second half. Chiefs not going down without a fight. They now have 18 points, and it just got real dark for the fourth quarter. Chiefs within 3. It's 3rd and 2. Game on the line. We are not snapping the ball. We're going to go ahead and let the 2-minute warning sound off, and then probably go 4-down territory. Try to at least burn a KC timeout or 2, and a first down would win us the game at that point. 3rd and 2. They have another X Factor defensive tackle. Wouldn't have known it. Saquon Barkley first down and more. They might be going for the football is why he was able to stay up so easily. Timeout, Kansas City. And as I said, a first down is going to win us the game. So we can take off a ton of clock. About 40 seconds guaranteed. But we need a first down to guarantee the win. Now, the CPU wanted us to pass the ball here. What, so you can intercept me or guarantee an incompletion? Nope. We're absolutely going to run the ball. They're out of timeouts, and we have Saquon Barkley. So this is what I was talking about. We can guarantee 40 seconds goes off the clock. Of course we're going to go for it here. Of course. Because a first down, as I mentioned, ends the game. And I think we can get it. If we don't get it, we give the Chiefs a minute to drive down with no touchdown, or excuse me, no timeouts and win the game with a TD. Field goal, of course, would tie it. I'm very comfortable going for it here. 4th and 2. We're going to trust Saquon Barkley and our rookie left guard. Nope, we're going up the middle. There goes Saquon. Game over. Super Bowl coming back to New Jersey. And that is the game. 28-25. Lombardi is coming back home. We end the Chiefs dynasty. The Giants dynasty is back. We were a little bit less successful in this rebuild than I would have wanted, but I love seeing Isaiah Simmons in that shot. Saquon Barkley, of course. But the Buck Shank era is here. Mahomes, get shanked. Get shanked. If you won the game, you were getting shanked anyway. We would have stabbed you in the locker room during celebration. So you made the wise choice to go down to the best team, not only in New York or New Jersey, but the entire continental United States, probably the world. If Taiwan got a great football team, you know what? I'd invite them down here to play this squadron, but they ain't going to do nothing, all right? And that's the video. We're rambling because it's 4:44 in the morning, and I've completely lost my mind. That's the Super Bowl. Finally got it done. 342 and 3 touchdowns from Gordon Buckshank as he cements himself as the best quarterback in NFL history. See you in the next one. Take it easy.